You cannot. Okay.
Holy Spirit,
They better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey.
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate. Oh no. Holy Spirit, activate.
My husband has 2 jobs. I don't have to be here, girl.
They say I ain't safe because I cuss a little bit. But you're the only bills.
Are y'all rushing me?
They always in my business.
Oh my goodness.
They read the Holy Bible, but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit.
My God, I was coming.
If you do it right now,
I have to get my charger.
I ain't trying to smack this
I had to pee.
in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my way? So
Holy Spirit,
you better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey.
Do we have a problem?
You cannot. Okay.
Holy Spirit,
You
activate.
better do it,
I don't
Lord.
have to be
Holy
here.
Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Okay.
Activate. Let's go.
Yeah.
Holy Spirit.
Oh my goodness.
Activate.
Did y'all really
Holy
try it?
Spirit, activate.
My husband, 2 jobs. I don't have to be here,
They
girl.
say I ain't safe because I cuss a little bit. But you're the only
My
girl that I
goodness.
need, and that's it.
Well, I'm thinking about logging off.
They say I backslid.
I'm about to log off.
Bible, but they ain't applying it.
So Holy
Spirit,
get active, get active, get active. Hi everyone.
Change my way.
Did
So
y'all miss me?
you better do
It
it,
ain't
Lord.
the same. I get it.
You better get them, Lord.
Thank you,
Before I
Arlisha.
get them, Lord.
Oh my goodness, I love her. Shout out to Arlisha. Hey y'all. Were you guys rushing me? Yeah, don't do that. I'm coming. Oh my God. Like I haven't been here for a while. Did you guys miss me? Because I missed y'all. I missed you guys. Y'all keep saying like, look, Sean, you need to go live. You need to do hot topics. You haven't done one in a really long time. People starting to think that you got fat because you're not on camera anymore. Like, are you ugly now? Like, what happened? I'm still very much so cute. Very so much in shape. Y'all tried it. Very so much in shape. Get into the back. Get into the back. Very so much still in shape. Looking good on you horse, baby. Gaps closing on you horse. Yeah, I'm looking amazing. I look good, feel good. All of that. People got to hurry up and come up with new jokes because the teeth is looking right, girl. They're doing exactly what they're supposed to do. The birds are doing exactly what they're supposed to do. And my haters is upset about it. That's all that is looking very so much good. I had a real cute outfit picked up. I'm like, you know what? No. Because I am not feral. I look amazing. I look amazing, boss. So, hello, everyone. I missed you all so much. Welcome to the SeanDavieWay show. It has been a while since I have shown my face, like since I've been giving face. You know, it's been a while. So I love you all. And thank you so much for all of your continuous support, you know, on everything that I do. Even when I'm not here, I'm here. Even when I'm not here, we're still growing. So shout out to us. You know, we've hit a few milestones. You know, we just passed 75K not too long ago on a fast approach to 80K. So I want to thank you all for that. Thank y'all. I really appreciate it. What y'all been doing? Let me say hi to y'all in this chat. Let me jump in this chat real quick. Hey, Renegade. It's been a while, girl. Hey, girl. Don't you miss typing on here? Lysandra. Girl, don't you miss using your wrench? Like during the live, girl, Mel Cruz. Don't you miss your wrench too, girl? Hey, Mel. The Bursters did understand the assignment. Absolutely. Hey, girl. Hi, Baby Shay. Baby Shay, love you, girl. Arrogant Goddess, hello. Kenya, hello. Francis, hello. Say Baby, hello. All of y'all, I love you guys. I miss you so much. Island. Oh my God, I love you. I love you guys. It's been so long. Come get this commentary. Hello, welcome. I love you. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to come get this commentary. I love y'all. And I have missed y'all. I missed you. I really want to kiss y'all, but I can't. So I love y'all. It's been a while. It has. So we're gonna get into these hot topics. I'm gonna get into your comments as we, you know, go through. I'm gonna jump in the chat and see what y'all talking about, and you know, see what y'all think. I love you guys. It really has been a while. It really has. So I miss doing this. I will say I'm gonna do one more, but I'm not. So guys, so shout out to the survivings. Shout out to the survivings. Let's get into this. Let's start off with Mr. Wiggins. So shout out to the Armon Wiggins show, and shout out to T.S. Madison for bringing Armon on her show. Now I know a lot of y'all just think I'm being biased because I like Armon, and I'm not afraid to say that. I like Armon Wiggins. Like, what about it? What about it? Huge fan of the show. Have been a fan for years. I think Armon is amazing. I think the things that he's doing is amazing. The people he's touching is amazing. And I'm always going to uplift the people that I care for, you know? So are Armon and I best friends? No. Have we ever skipped down the sidewalk and held hands? Absolutely not. But on YouTube, it is definitely that type of situation. I've always supported Armon's show. Armon has always supported my show. So when he does something, I'm always going to support it. Like, that's what people do. You know, when you are truly in support of something, you support it. So that's what I'm doing. I'm in support of Armon sitting down with T.S. Madison. I think this was a wonderful thing. Shout out to T.S. for bringing Armon on the show, because she could bring anybody. She could bring anyone. So for like anybody that has a problem with it, I just feel like you're a hater, because she could have chose anyone. That's her show. That's her show. She chose to bring Armon in the same episode talking to Ali Daniels. Why would Armon not be just as important? You tried it. So hair flip. So I mean, I just find that weird, you know, for the people that are, you know, I'm just like, that's so dumb. She literally could have brought anyone onto her show. Any YouTuber. It didn't even have to be a YouTuber. Because she had, T.S. Madison is in touch with a lot of people. You know, she's a big name, you know, so her Maddie Mob. So shout out to her and the Maddie Mob for bringing Armon onto the show. Like I said, it was a wonderful thing. She could have brought anybody, but she chose Armon. So shout out to her and shout out to him for putting their differences aside. And some people, you know, because they were just like, oh, well, Armon and TS have had beef, blah, blah, blah. But the thing about it is that they made up year or so ago, like a long time ago, whatever issues they had with each other, they cleared it up. So what's the problem with people coming together? Like what, like, I really don't get it. Like, what's the problem? Oh, they had beef. So like, clearly they don't anymore. So that's all that matters. So if she chose, and I'm glad that TS brought it up, because a lot of people, that's something known, especially on YouTube, that they have had certain differences. They have had, you know, more so of Armon being more vocal, you know, with having problems with her and whatnot, and it, you know, kind of escalating. So I think it's good that they talked about it, because it's kind of like the elephant in the room, you know, just like, let's just get this out the way, you know. So shout out to TS for that, and shout out to Armon for sticking to it. You know, he didn't come up there with excuses and stuff like that. You know, he just said like, yeah, you know, it was a different time. I was younger, you know, and whatnot. And that's very so much true. So shout out to him and TS for putting their differences aside and collaborating and coming together. Armon was questioned about the whole Nicki Cardi situation. So make sure you check out the interview so you can see his response to that. And also with Armon meeting Kanye at the media brunch that Jason Lee threw for Kanye. And once again, Jason Lee could have chose anyone, and he decided to choose Armon. So it is definitely influence over number, hashtag no mentor. So yes, so I thought that was great. I thought that was yeah, amazing. So shout out to them for that. And yeah, so go check out the interview so that you can see, you know, in detail and what they discussed on T.S. Madison show on Fox Soul. It's also on YouTube as well. So the Fox Soul channel here on YouTube. So make sure y'all go check that out. So shout out to Armon. Keep doing your thing. We definitely see you. I appreciate the fact that he's out here doing other things, you know, branching off into other things. So he also said he wants to get into hosting, like events and stuff like that. And I think that that's a very good look for him. Hosting the event for Iggy Azalea. I believe it was Iggy, right? So yeah, him hosting the event for her, you know, and stuff like that. That's great. So shout out to him, and I wish him the best of luck. So shout out to the Armon Wiggins show, and shout out to T.S. Madison once again for bringing Armon on her show. Like I said, she could have chose any YouTuber, especially the ones that got something to say, like negatively. She didn't choose you. Why you wasn't on there? moving right along. So shout out to the Armon Wiggins show once again. What's next? What we get into next, y'all? What's next, y'all? Oh Lord, it's the haters. So shout out to the Neighborhood Talk. Love the Neighborhood Talk. NFL podcaster continues to taunt Russell Wilson after calling him corny and questioning why Ciara went from dating Future to marrying him. Let's get into this.
But Ciara, yeah, Russell had that bread. She ain't gonna be with him. Russell Square. Russell Square. Ciara had she has a good situation, but you don't leave Future and get with Russell Wilson.
The thing is, I think that's what
you don't leave Future and get with Russell Wilson. It's a type. Listen, bro, everybody got a type.
Yeah, that's true.
Everybody has a type. You gonna leave Future and get with Russell Wilson? He's so goddamn square, and I love him on the field. He's a square. He's a king square.
Shannon, you go from this level of toxicity, you just want something stable. You want the guy that was sitting with that girl with that big old mouth at the draft that was laughing, and you knew she deserved to be with him.
Goofball?
Yeah, you want that guy.
You want to get with goofballs.
You want the guy that told me, you know what? I was praying, and God told me to go save her. That's what the man told me to my face. But even with all
Russell and Ciara, yeah, Russell had that bread. She ain't gonna be with him.
Okay, he's speaking as if he knows Ciara. Let's start there. Excuse me, do you know her? I don't recall seeing you in any photos or none of her baby's births. You weren't in the goodest video, 1 2 step, none of that. So you don't know her. So you don't know that Ciara got her own money. Don't make her broke. Like that's what we're not gonna do. Ciara model, singer, dancer. She big dot. Like don't make Ciara broke. Like she didn't give her Future broke. She didn't give her Russell broke. You know, she wasn't in debt. It wasn't no TLC type of situation. She wasn't trying to buy her name back. Like none of that. And none of that to try to. So let's start there. And then let's also start that Russell is not cheating on her. Future very so much was. And Ciara and Future were engaged at one point. So I mean, you act like Ciara literally left Future for no reason. Like, no, there's plenty of reasons that she left him. And Russell is an adult. So it's not that he's a square. Why? Because he ain't wasting money on bras at strip clubs and stuff like that. Like what? Like what makes him so square, you know, to you? That he's a family man. He takes care of his family. Also taking care of a child that's not his, you know. Sarah's pregnant again. I mean, what do you mean? Like she got with an adult. So I don't feel like it's leveling up because Future is, you know, grown, but he's not an adult. You know, and that's not somebody you settle down with and have. He ain't did it with nobody else. So what makes Ciara so special? Once again, Future is very so much back out here dating. He's not married. He's not engaged. He ain't having children with the woman he with. Like none of that. Like he ain't doing none of that. So what did she lose? I don't understand. Russell put a ring on it. Home, all of that, built a foundation with Ciara. Like she rides for her husband and he rides for her. Leave well enough alone. I mean, you sound very so much jealous if you ask me. Like, I mean, gross. Are you jealous of Russell's money? Because he makes plenty of it. He absolutely does. So don't make that the reason why Ciara's there. Like Ciara can do better. Russell can do better. Like, no, neither one. They found a match within each other. Leave it be. Like they're married, they're from what we see happy, even if they're not, even if they're going through stuff. That's what happens in marriages. It's no big deal, whatever. So, but this doesn't even make any sense. And you're defending Future out of all people. Somebody that has how many baby mamas? How many children roaming the earth? And he only takes care of selected ones. Yeah, you tried it. So, yeah, how is Future? Let's listen to this one more time. This is just trash.
Shannon, you go from this level of toxicity, you just want something stable. You want the guy that was sitting with that girl with that big old mouth at the draft that was laughing, and you knew she deserved to be with him.
Goofball?
Yeah, you want that guy. You want the guy that told me, you know what? I was praying, and God told me to go save her. That's what the man told me to my face. But even with all
Russell and Sierra. Yeah, Russell had that bread, Sierra would be with him.
So that would be the reason you would be with Russell. I find that weird. Because you don't know Sierra. So to say that she's there for money, no, that's why you would be there. You would be with Russell for money. Because that's your feeling. That's you. So I don't know, I just find that weird. But how do y'all feel about that? About him saying that Russell's a square compared to Future? Like Future was the better choice. What? Like he a loser. Like let's keep it real. Like Future seems like a nice guy, but he's a loser. I mean, he a whole loser. Like that is something you try to build. Like when you want a family or something like that, you don't choose Future. If you want to party and hang out and meet a bunch of different celebrities and stuff like that, live a fast life, then that's when you date Future. That you go for somebody like him. But you know, somebody like the baby, you know, somebody like that. But when you want to build and you want a home and a marriage and a life, why would you? No, you go to another person that wants those same things. And Russell showed improved. Russell said that he wanted a family, wanted to settle down, he wanted to do those things, and he did. Sierra had a whole kid when she got with Russell. So there was other things that Russell had to consider, you know, with being with Sierra. You know, it's not just going to be a walk in the park, getting with a woman with no child. Anybody that has a child with someone, it's going to be some static. It's going to get to a point to where somebody going to overstep or it's something going to happen. Something is going to happen. So it's better off, you know, to just less drama, I would say, to just date somebody that doesn't have a child. You know, so obviously Russell really loved Sierra. You know, if he will overlook the fact that she has a kid and be like, yeah, and it's about Future. That sounds like a lot of drama, you know, but at the end of the day, he decided, you know what, it's worth it because Sierra's worth it. You know, with the type of money Russell had, Russell could be with anyone. He could be in the type of money that Sierra has and what she looks like, she could be with anybody too. So it's not like, oh, I almost said something out loud. Oh, I'm sorry, Beyonce. Beyonce, oh, girl, I'm sorry. Girl, I almost said something, girl. But I'm not going to say that because I love the Carters and I'm related to y'all low key. So I'm here flip. But y'all almost said something. But yeah, so y'all, it's a lot of Asa says Future jealous that his son is calling Russell daddy. I would be very upset if one of my churn was calling another man daddy. Now, I don't blame Future, but at the same time, I feel like he needs to be more in his son's life, because when you are that parent, your child is not going to call nobody else that. So like, it no matter who my children's mother get with, Mary, no matter what, I'm always dad. And they always going to be called whatever their name is. Like, they always going to be called, if his name's Ryan. If his name's Rick. They're not calling him daddy. And it's the same thing. Like, if I was dating a female, no matter what female I got with, they're not going to call her mom. But like, they already have a mom. You know, and they have a good mom. So they just like, yeah, no, I got a mama, you know, already. But, you know, hey, Stacy, you know, whoever you are. So for little Future to call Russell dad, that speaks. That means that Russell spends a lot of time with him, you know, for him to feel that comfortable to be like, you're my father, you know, to like claim him as his dad. You know, that's deep, you know, when a kid calls another person dad or mom. You know, like, because that would hurt. I'm sure any mother, you know, out there, you know, to hear your kid call somebody else mom, that would hurt. Like, what you just say? Like, that would hurt. You know, like, you just be like, nah, like, I'm your parent. Just me. No, you don't call nobody, my churn. No, I'm daddy. Like, oh no, don't you even fix your mouth to call somebody else daddy. So, but if a kid feels comfortable enough to say it, it's for a reason. So if he's calling Russell dad, that's who Russell is to him, his father. So, you know, yeah, I mean, but that is deep. That's deep. I know as a man, I would be angry. Francis said jealous. Big Dot. Virginia said yes. Taniqua laughed. Angelique says hello, hey girl. Blackness says said I did, girl. I said that. Monique Walker said hello. Monique, that's not to me. Now you made me put up a comment. You talk to somebody. You're not even talking to me. My God. Hey, Chase Ryder. She said, I remember when Russell Wilson gave all of Future's kids $10,000. Who I would be angry. Future just letting Russell son him in so many different ways. T Money says marriage is work and it takes two people who want to keep it going. Big dot. Versus a hot relationship mess. We see it in the industry. I agree. I think that somebody that wants to settle down will not choose somebody like Future. I just don't feel that would be an option for you if you truly want to settle down. Like, why would you choose Future? No Envy says we know what you was going to say. It's reality. Okay. Blasphemy. we gonna wish that out of existence. Monique says Russell. I picked you again. Oh Lord, Monique, say something. Okay. Monique said Russell is his daddy. He takes care of him. Period. Yeah, I agree. I sure do. Just, I swear, thanks for the transparency, Sean. No sitting on labs. No, absolutely. No, I just think that, if for somebody else to say that, I mean, that's pretty deep. If your child calls somebody else daddy, that means Sierra told him to call him that. No, it does not. That does not, because I believe that Sierra, especially letting letting Future still see his son and let him still spend time with his son. I don't think that Sierra's disrespectful like that. I don't think that Sierra be like, call him your dad. He's your dad. Now, if she wanted nothing to do with Future and let little Future have nothing to do with his father, and then he was calling him that, then I was like, okay, yeah, maybe Sierra told him, to call him daddy. But I just feel like that's just something that most parents just kind of, if you married to somebody and your kid feels like they want to call that person father, I mean, what can you truly say? I mean, if they feel that way, if they feel that strongly about who you chose, and that's to also make you feel good as like the person who, because I would feel good, if my kid's dad wasn't really there for them, like in her situation, Sierra's situation, if my kid's dad wasn't really there for him, and I got with a man and married a man that my son looked up to enough to call father, that means that I chose very well. I did good. I done did good. Because for you to feel like this man is that, you feel that strongly about him to call him dad, then it speaks. That speaks. So I just feel like she let him do it on his own. I really don't feel like Sarah was just like, call him daddy. Don't call, because no Future. No, because she still lets little Future sees his dad. He, birthdays and holidays, and he see him. So it's not like he has nothing to do with Future at all. Then I'll be like, okay, it's possible. But with him still seeing his dad, no. If he calling him daddy, it's for a reason. That's how I look at it. Deanne says, I remember when they went to court to change visitation because Future was missing dates when they flew from Seattle to Atlanta. Yeah, that's what I said. Future, if you lacking and somebody else starts to pick up that slack, it's hard to compete. It's hard to compete with somebody else calling your son calling somebody else dad. It's hard to compete with that person because, dang, you done pretty much X me out. Because I'm pretty sure little Future still calls Future dad, but he just got two dads. That's how he look. This my daddy on the weekend, and this my daddy throughout the week. This my daddy every other month. And this is my daddy every day. So, and I think that Russell spends a great amount of time with the kids. I do, especially being a football player. Off season, you got all that time you can just spend with your family. And then, Sierra's very supportive. So she's at a lot of the games, and stuff like that. So they constantly see him, So, yeah, it's different from somebody in sports to somebody in, music. Because with somebody in music, is with the type of music Future got and his type of fans, it'd be hard to bring your kid to every show. But a football game, that anybody can go there. So you see the kids can especially, travel with you, because that's somewhere appropriate, for them to be. So yeah, I just think it's really different. That's how I feel. I feel like it's really different. So, yeah, move right along. What's next? What's next? So Doja Elf, look y'all. Doja Elf, her father says he thanks her fans because she won a Grammy. And and despite her going around saying that she don't know this man. I think Doja is really confusing with this because I think that because her father he moved back to Africa because he was always in hopes that Doja and her brother and her mother would come to Africa, because he got really homesick while living in the States. So he wanted them to come with, okay? And Doja mama didn't want to go, okay? Which she's entitled to that. So it's not like her father, like literally forcibly removed himself from her life for a certain amount of time, but he was still like calling her and talking to her over the phone and stuff like that. So to Doja, I just feel like she feels like since for all my important moments are like really coming up, you weren't there, we're estranged. I think it's something like that, but she's just not going into detail. But she just makes it seem that she just doesn't know him at all. Like, I've never met him. Girl, yes, you have. Like, yes, you have. Cut it out. Trying to make it seem like she ain't. I ain't never noted him. That ain't my father. I ain't never seen him before in my life. I'm just like, Doja. Like, clearly, this is your pappy. Like, you tried it. So Doja just tries to make it seem as if she ain't never met this man before in her life. Shout out to Cambella for becoming a member, and shout out to Tay Baby for the super sticker, and shout out to there was another one too. Shout out to okay, right here. T Bradley. Hi, here flip. Big Dot. I've missed Don't Go Hollywood like oh boy. What? Hollywood? Me? I'm not Hollywood yet. But I am down with the Illuminati. I don't care how y'all feel about it. I'm down with the Illuminati. So Doja Daddy, I just think this kind of sad. I think it's kind of sad that Doja won't claim this man. I'm like, Doja, let him be your daddy, girl. Doja, let him be your daddy. Oh my God. I'm like, girl, stop giving this man this much issue. Now he want to claim you, girl. Let him. Oh my goodness. Why you want to go around? Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Like, oh my goodness. Doja, let him be your daddy. My goodness. I cannot. Like, girl, let him be your father. Oh my goodness. Girl, we know you. You Mufasa's boy. Girl, let this man be your daddy. I ain't never met somebody that just don't want somebody to be their father so bad. Like, girl, why he can't be your daddy? He not even Uggs. Like, I've seen people like mad ugly, all of that. Like, girl, he looked like, a Froggle Rock. And he like, I'm her dad. Like, I just be like, ooh, okay. I get it, girl. Fake it till you make it, type of situation. But that's not even a situation. And then, like, he's an actor, and all of that good stuff, girl. Doja, he ain't trying to use you, girl. So, but that's her father. That's her daddy. That's her daddy. Her mother has never said that that's not, and she has never came forward and said that it's not. She just said she ain't never met him. So I'm just like, Doja, stop. Oh. Let him be your daddy, girl. Oh, my goodness. Like, Doja, you're a little bit annoying. He still says, no, he Uggs. Shine, he Uggs. No, I think he a nice looking black man. He looked like he could be related to the Kibis. Look, this a Kibi. Look, oh, that's them Kibis, girl. Mm-hmm. Girl, he looked like a Kibi girl. Girl, ain't nothing wrong with that. What's the word? Girl, he looked like a Kibi. So, yes. So, but I don't think that he's a bad looking person. I don't think he's a bad looking person. Lord Churchill said he is Shine. Why y'all gotta do him like they? Be nice. Now y'all done made OG cute. Now if y'all can make her cute, I can make him cute. Now y'all tried it. He a decent looking person, just like OG. OG is a decent looking woman. That is stop. So that's a terrible picture. You think so? I think that what does this have to do with being her father? Y'all ain't giving this man no encouraging words or nothing like that. Y'all is mean. Okay, I'm mean too. I get it. I'm good at pot calling the kettle. But still at the same time, we have to be nice at sometimes, like a little bit nice. So we could be a little bit nice to him. Let's be a little bit nice. And just, because I want Doja to claim him. Because Doja's not claiming him and she is making me upset. And I'm trying to do this part 3. Because I have part 2 ready. Now, y'all, I'm trying to get this part 3 together and she's not answering. I'm like, girl, you leaving my story blank in the middle. That's gonna be the middle. And she keep ignoring him. I'm like, girl, talk to him for us. Now I'm trying to get this video done. Nah, she holding up the process. My goodness. I can't even do my little video. Because she keep ignoring him. I'm like, Doja, can I finish my video? What are we doing? What are we doing? I'm annoyed. So, her flip. So we need to be nice to him, y'all. We need to be nice to him because Doja need to claim this man. Doja need to claim this man. But moving right along, I'm not congratulating Doja on her grandma because I really don't care. And I'm really not that much of a fan. I'm not. I'm not. Moving right along. So, but I am proud of Jasmine Sullivan. Shout out to Jasmine Sullivan for winning the Grammy. Somebody that actually deserves one. So shout out to Jasmine. So, shout out to me. That's my girl for Hotel. She won. Gone, girl. That was a great album. So, shout out to Jasmine Sullivan. But other than that, I guess congratulations to all the winners. I guess. But like other than that, Jasmine was the only one that I was like, okay, gone, girl. Gone, girl, because way overdue. You Benediction gave that last year. So her flip. So shout out to her. Shout out to her. Girl, shout out to Don Cheetah. For his voice. Shout out to him. Breaking. Tory Lanez handcuffed in court for violating no contact order concerning Meg the Pegasus case. Will remain in custody until posting bail. So now Tory then got put in juvenile. Oh Lord, the baby in juvenile. So Tory got put in juvie for violating the order. Now Tory Carsey Lanez. Now y'all know I like him. I like little Tory. I like little Lanez. I like him. But he already know. Nay. He already knew if he said something to Pegasus. But now you know you can't be talking to this horse. I'm like, all the farm animals. You got Pegasus, her. She heard him and told the police, look, he added me. No, go arrest him. Go arrest him now. Oh, go arrest him. Why are y'all still here? Like, why are we still talking? I'm the Pegasus. So, Pegasus done got this baby locked up. Done got Tory Carsey Lanez, Lord, put in juvenile for a couple days. What y'all think about Pegasus putting this baby in juvenile? Now she know he was scared. They had to go wait for another car to come from the precinct with a booster seat into the team and lock him up. There was a lot going on. Oh my goodness. I can't believe Pegasus. So Pegasus done got this baby. Tory Carsey Lanez put in prison. No, he not looking. He ain't had to take baby. She ain't have to go that far. Put that baby in juvenile. She didn't have to put yay high in juvie. I said, now why she do this to this little boy? I'm annoyed. Because Pegasus didn't have to have this little boy locked up. Pegasus didn't have to do that. She's sitting over there name and shit. She just mad that she ain't the baddest at the farm anymore. Because she tried it. Now Pegasus to have this little boy locked up because what it do? What it do, Lord? What little Lanez do? Little Tory of the Lanez. Let's get into that. So now it says Tory Lanez was handcuffed in court and remanded to custody until he posts new bail of $350K. And Megan, the Pegasus felony assault case, found him in violation of discovery protective order and personal contact order. All because of the internet. She act like he came on her property. He didn't come to that farm. He did not come over there to that stable, girl. He did not do that. Pegasus, girl, all because he added you, girl. I'm like, oh, girl, you tried it because you already know you're going to lose in every other way. So you might as well get him, locked up this way. Because you already know you're going to get him locked up the other way. So now let's get into, because there's myrrh. There is myrrh. Hold on. There is myrrh. There is myrrh. Now let's get into this. Let's get into this.
The other woman who was involved, two extremely interesting facts that came out about the Tory Lanez case. First, the police have admitted into evidence, they've testified that the other woman who was involved here, they tested her hand for gunpowder shot residue, and she had gunpowder residue on it, suggesting she may have been the shooter. Number two, there was an eyewitness, somebody just like a third party who saw this whole thing, and he said, I saw two men and another woman beating on Meg. As for who pulled the trigger, he said, I don't know, but I did see the muzzle flash go off, and the other woman was the one closest to the muzzle flash. Two extremely interesting facts that came out about the Tory Lanez case. First, the police have admitted into evidence, they've testified that the other woman who was involved here, they tested her hand for gunpowder shot residue, and she had gunpowder residue on it, suggesting she may have been the shooter. Number two, there was an eyewitness, somebody just like a third party who saw this whole thing, and he said, I saw two men and another woman beating on Meg. As for who pulled the trigger, he said, I don't know, but I did see the muzzle flash go off, and the other woman was the one closest to the muzzle flash.
Pegasus, is this why you had him locked up, girl? Let me find out. Is this why you had him locked up? Because I find that mighty weird. It keeps coming out that he didn't do this in every way, shape, or form. It just keeps coming out. There's just more evidence coming forward. Even with like the gunshot, the bullet fragments that were missing. Like, that's a win for Tory. Like that's good. That's great. But not for her. Not so much for her. With this eyewitness stating that they saw this altercation, and when the gun did go off, there was a female that was the closest to the weapon, within that moment in time. So the witness isn't stating that I saw the woman shoot. No, it's just saying it was a lot going on. There were two males and a woman, approaching Megan, that were approaching her. So, and some say that they were fighting, I guess. But yeah, when the gun went off, the closest person to it was a female. It wasn't. So even with this female in question, it doesn't mean that it's Kelsey that they're talking about. I think that, I'm like, did that go over people's head? Because it said, it states a woman. So it's not specifically stating that it was Chelsea. It could have easily have been Megan. And then since the other woman's hand was tested for gunshot residue, was Megan's. If hers was positive, was Megan's positive too? Because I do believe that Megan I think that they were fighting Megan to get honestly, I think that they were fighting Megan to get the gun away. And Megan and Kelsey have the gun at the same time. And I think the gun went off. Because out of those people that Megan trusts the most, the bodyguard, Tory, and Kelsey, I feel like she will let Kelsey get the closest to her, especially being drunk. Because Kelsey is extremely familiar to her. Like, they go way back. So, because, you know, usually drunken people go after people that they don't know, especially if you're like a violent drunk. You know, you usually go after the people that are, you sometimes, like, if you're around just people that are close to you, then you will, you know, most of them will attack somebody close to them. But if there's strangers around, they usually approach strangers first, you know. So, and they let the people that they know calm them down or come close to them, you know. So I think that Kelsey would have been the one that Megan let the closest to her, even being upset with her, because she was more upset with Tory, I feel, within that time. Not Kelsey. Like, I thought she was mad at Kelsey too. But I think that Pegasus was more upset at Tory. So there's no distinction to say that Kelsey did that to Megan, that she pop out her. There's no proof of that. And that's not what was being stated. It was saying the person closest to it. So what her getting, you know, pop out in the foot, that means it was close. Like, it was a close encounter. It wasn't from like a distance, you know, it was closer. If it was during an altercation, that means everybody's close to each other. Not everybody's far away. Like, no, they're close to each other. So if both of them, if Megan had the G win and they were trying to calm her down and take it from her, and Kelsey was trying to take it, you know, and whatnot, and it went off in the process, that's why I would say that it's very possible for Kelsey to have had gunshot residue on her if both of them had their hand on the gun. So that means that Pegasus would have had it on her hands too, right? If they were fighting over it and then it went, you know, it would be on both of them. But you're going to be more prone to test the other people besides the victim. Like, they're not just going to, oh, let's test the victim for gunshot residue. Like, no, this is a victim. Like, the person that, you know, this happened to this person. So we need to test the people with her, you know, to see if one of these people did it. You know, they're not necessarily going to think that it's her. And then most people that, you know, accidentally pop out themselves, they'll just say it. Like, it went off. Like a Cheddar Bob moment, you know. So, I mean, most people will just admit it. They won't make it this big mystery, you know, and whatnot. So, yeah. But what do y'all think of what this man had to say? One more time.
Two extremely interesting facts that came out about the Tory Lanez case. First, the police have admitted into evidence, they've testified that the other woman who was involved here, they tested her hand for gunpowder shot residue, and she had gunpowder residue on it, suggesting she may have been the shooter. Number two, there was an eyewitness, somebody just like a third party who saw this whole thing, and he said, I saw two men and another woman beating on Meg. As for who pulled the trigger, he said, I don't know, but I did see the muzzle flash go off, and the other woman was the one closest to the muzzle flash. Two extremely interesting facts that came out about the Tory Lanez case. First, the police have admitted into evidence, they've testified that the other woman who was involved here, they tested her hand for gunpowder shot residue, and she had gunpowder residue on it, suggesting she may have been the shooter. Number two, there was an eyewitness, somebody just like a third party who saw this whole thing, and he said, I saw two men and another woman beating on Meg. As for who pulled the trigger, he said, I don't know, but I did see the muzzle flash go off, and the other woman was the one closest to the muzzle flash.
So, yeah. I mean, because with that being said, too, the muzzle flash, it could have been from a short distance, but if they were fighting over it, it was close. So it wasn't like from a far distance. It was close. You know, either rather the gun went off as she took it or when it was walking away. I don't know. But all I know is that it's very possible that all I know is, I'm not even going to say that. What I'm going to say is Tory didn't do it. Tory didn't do it. Tory didn't do it. So it's not about not protecting black women, you know, or anything like that. No, I'm not about to let a black man get railroaded in either. Like, no, he clearly didn't do it. It has not been any part of this story that has came out besides Megan that has said that Tory did this. The eyewitnesses, all the other statements, they all point at Tory didn't do it. I mean, Even the bullet fragment, something that would have definitely helped Meg's case, gone. And they're just gone. I don't know. I don't know. Shout out to Brina. She says, just wanted to show you some love for laughter and content you bring. Thank you so much, sweetie. I love you, sweetie. Thank you, sweetie. Thank you for the super chat and sticker. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, Tory's innocent. He didn't do it. He didn't do it. There's nothing pointing at Tory did it. Everything is pointing at somebody else did it, or Megan was involved with it happening possibly to herself. But it wasn't Tory. It's not pointing back to him, and I don't understand why people keep overlooking that. Like, why overlook the fact that it keeps coming out that Tory didn't do it? Ain't this the whole reason everybody mad at Tory in the first place and saying protect Black women? I know I can't believe people are protecting Tory. It's not about protecting Tory. The evidence should prove easily if he did this that he did it. Why is everything pointing that he didn't do it? Like, can you explain that instead of just trying to make this about a man versus woman or a Black versus it? Like, can you explain that? Like, explain the facts of the case. Shout out to the Fisher King Paint. Love you. Shout out to Hey Friend. Shout out to okay Pete. Shout out to Nosy Ho Live Gossip and Newsroom. She says, I'm wondering if Kelsey did it or did she pop out herself? Good question, because it's one or the other. It's one or the other. But I don't think if Kelsey did do it, I don't feel that it was intentional. I don't think that it was on purpose. But I just don't see Tory protecting her. Why would Tory be protecting Kelsey? Like, that he gets nothing out of that, especially if he didn't do it. So, and then with Kelsey, because everybody was like, oh, Kelsey's protecting Tory. Kelsey's protecting Tory. Tory bought her a chain and a necklace and, all of this. I just don't see how would she be protecting him if she's not taking the blame. If Kelsey's not the fall guy, then what would be the point? So that's why I said on both ends, I just feel like the only thing that I could lead to is that Megan has more to do with it than she is willing to admit. Way more to do with it. And that's why it's not like they're not protecting themselves or they're not protecting her. It's just more so, I don't know. I just think Megan had way more to do with it. Way more to do with it. Whether her and Kelsey was tussling over the gun, or Kelsey grabbed it from her and on the way, walking away, accidentally went off, or something like that. I just feel like it was a big accident. And I think that, honestly, the reason why Megan would lie, because we have to think about Jussie Smollett. Like, look at what he did, okay? If Jussie was willing to do all of that, bleach, racism, homophobia, if he's willing to do all of that and still say to this day that he is innocent, I don't put nothing past anyone anymore. So I don't put it past Meg to blame it on Tory, because Tory's the star, and with Tory being the star, more people are going to look out for her or want to be on her side based off of her being a woman and him being a man. Because if the story would have came out that her and her homegirl got into it, and then a GUN went off in the process of them getting into it over them smashing the same dude, that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. Meg was already embarrassed having to watch herself on that camera hop around with a bloody foot, and all of that. She was already embarrassed by that. So to have to go forward and all of these stories running around, which are still going to run around, but the wave was different because everybody was insinuating that it was Tory, that did it. And I believe that that's why Tory didn't say much, because he's just like, I ain't trying to incriminate myself any further than I already have. And I think that that's why Tory took the rap for having that unconcealed or that unregistered weapon that I feel that was his bodyguards. I feel like Tory took the rap for that because he felt bad, like it was my fault. All of this happened anyway, between the two women, all of that. Let me just go ahead and grab this for you, because he didn't want his security to lose his job, and whatnot. So I think that that's why Tory took the rap. Like, honestly, in my opinion, I feel like that's why Tory took that charge, because he knew that it wouldn't be the greatest charge, but at the same time, that's something that could be fixed, you know, like something that, you know, over time, you know, we can try to make this a lesser charge, you know, or something like that. I'll just eat this, you know, because this is my fault. You know, if not for me, all of this wouldn't be going on. We wouldn't be getting pulled over. They wouldn't have found the weapon. You know, none of that would have happened, you know, if I didn't bring you and put you in all this mess. So I always thought that that's why Tory, even still to this day, I feel like that's why Tory, you know, yeah, the why he took the rep. So, you know, that's fine. You can definitely say that he did it, Sandy. We just need proof. I mean, at this point, that's fine. You can say that he did it, but nobody else is. Nobody else is. None of the witnesses, none of the people that were there, not even Kelsey. When Kelsey went on the stand, Kelsey did not go on that stand and say that Tory did it. I just don't understand. Like, if he did it, like, it should be cut and dry. This should be, you know, be brain and rocket science, you know, like with the charge with Tory and the unregistered weapon. He said it was his. He took the charge. It is what it was. Cut and dry. Cut and dry. Cut and dry. But if this was cut and dry, that he did it, it should be simple. We shouldn't have the fragments missing. Her story changes multiple times. She comes forward and says that, you know, I was just trying to protect her. Like it was just a mess, a circus. It's chaos, and it still is. It still is to this day. That's why I feel that Megan is more involved than she's willing to say. Because it wouldn't be this, all of this, but this is crazy. One of the craziest cases ever. I'm sure the judge, the jury, all of them, they just like, this is crazy. Like, this is insane. Like, what is going on? Like, because I would be sitting there, if I was a juror, I would have a headache, a migraine. Because I would just be like, I am so sick of this case. Like, I just want it to be over with. Like, let's just say he's guilty. Like, let's go on home because this is too much. You know, that's why I couldn't imagine that jury having to decide. It's just like all of this information, then it keeps changing, and all the evidence points to Tory being innocent. None of the evidence points to that he did it besides Megan saying out of her own mouth. And it's not saying that you don't believe her. Your story should just be cut and dry. It shouldn't continue changing, switching, flipping. Like, we shouldn't be going through none of that. Nosy Whole Life says a bunch of celebrities unfollow Megan, including Sierra and Rihanna. I wonder why. I think they're unfollowing because they're starting to see the same thing. They're starting to see the same pattern. When it comes to Megan, I do. I think they're starting to see that Megan is a liar, that Megan has lied about a lot of this situation. And it's no different with Jussie. It's still people out here that says Jussie is innocent. It's still people out here that saying, even still to himself, he says it, that this wasn't staged. This was even after the people who did it, and there's proof, you know, backing conversations were had prior, and I don't get it. I don't get it. So it's still a lot of people that say that. That's fine. I just need people to prove it if they're going to say that Tory did it. Where is your proof that he did it? And not just because Megan said it, because this is the same person that made a campaign about protecting Black women, and they said nothing about it since. Ain't said nothing about it since. Shout out to Standalone. All right. And Meg already got on live and said he did it and may have incriminated the wrong person. So now she has to keep running with it in hopes he is found guilty. No, because that it's a lie. Like, she lied. Because if she did not lie, this case will be cut and simple. It would be simple to charge her, to charge Tory, to remove all of the other people as suspects. It's like, at this moment in time, how is Tory even technically a suspect if there's no proof, no gunshot residue on his hands or anything like that? Tory had no gunshot residue on his hands, none. So that means that he did not fire a weapon. There is an eyewitness stating that I did see a weapon go off, but Tory was not the one. There was not a man. That was a woman. That, well, all of this information coming forward, the fragments that were in Megan's feet gone, missing, and that would be great evidence. Great evidence. And they even said that they even had the bullets wrong. Like, they even had that wrong. Like, she said that it was by a handgun, and come to find out it was allegedly a semi-automatic weapon, you know, and whatnot. Like, it was just way too much. Like, just way too much. Way too much. So all of the evidence is pointing to, and what all that matters to me is that Tory did not do it. So until we can figure out who actually did it, like stop saying Tory did it, because at this point in time, with all the evidence that has came forward, he didn't do it. It's not a bunch of stuff coming forward. Eyewitness says that they saw Tory firing a weapon at Megan's feet, and nothing. There's nothing to say anything like that. Nothing. But we do have a witness that came forward and said, yeah, I saw. And from what I saw, that was a woman. There were people attacking her and approaching her. And what other reason to do that besides maybe she had the weapon? So that's why everyone's approaching her, you know, to try to get it from her. So I don't know. From what I gather, he didn't do it. So, I mean, until somebody can come with proof, then I mean, cool. Then I'm like, okay. But I have not seen anything that has proven Tory to be guilty. So, yeah, that's how I feel about it. So, but no, I'm not. I'm just going by the evidence, because you can't go by these people's word, because everybody lying. I feel like everybody done lied. I feel like Tory's lied. I feel that Megan's lied. I feel that Kelsey's lied. I think everybody's lied. The security guard, he lied. The doctor. Like, I just feel like everybody lied. Everybody lied at some point. And I think that that's why the story is so messed up. You know, that's because everybody has lied. You know, you got to keep up with those lies. So I don't think he did it. From proof, you know. They're not saying this witness saw Tory do it. They said the witness saw him not do it. So I'm like, oh, okay. And since she could come forward with something different, girl, I'm team Megan. I mean, Tory. I'm team Tory all day long. So let's get into us dumb people. Let's listen to this girl, because this just irritated me. Soulja Boy's secret girlfriend claims she was blindsided when she heard he was expecting a child with his hairstylist. Says that they've been together for almost 10 years. She said we were going to get married. I know you lying. I know you lying. Let's get into this.
He just made it president that I was the queen and he was the king. And that's how we dealt with each other. I met the hairdresser maybe once or twice. I was really confused on their relationship. I thought he was friends with her friends. I knew that she did hair. When I came across her, she was very nice to me. She knew I was his girlfriend. We would kiss and be with each other right in front of her. So I just had no idea. There was a Saturday. I was just feeling a weird feeling. I was just feeling a weird feeling that day. I was kind of sad. He was actually hosting a club that I was going to attend. And I decided just to go on Instagram. And the moment I went to Instagram, it was right there in the feed. And it was a gender reveal that I was in shock about. I dropped my phone immediately. I began to feel the devastation and heartbreak of our relationship and just couldn't understand why we never discussed this. And I'm viewing this with everyone else that follows him. And me and him are so much closer than his fans and followers. I was devastated to find out with his 7 million followers. I'm not a follower, I'm his girlfriend. I was Soulja Boy's girlfriend for over a decade, and it's been on and off, but it's been on for a while now. And she was just someone that would come over to do hair. I had no idea that she would try to get pregnant by him. And when I found out, along with his 7 million followers, I was devastated and heartbroken. We discussed the fairy tale relationship. We discussed marriage. We discussed children. And I thought we were on the path of that. I didn't get an apology because I do believe this is a part of his path and his happiness. So he's not going to apologize for his happiness as the king and legend that he is. So that does break my heart as well. But I do have to just move forward and be strong and be a queen that I am.
Girl, not Soulja Boy. Not Soulja Boy, tell him. No, sis. No. Soulja Boy is Community D. Like, he's always been Community D. That's weird. It's like the same thing with Future. It's like, no, these aren't husbands. These are husbands. Like, immediately. Annulments. is what they are. So, girl, we don't care. Even if you were being piped by Soulja Boy on and off for 10 years, girl, we don't care. Like, girl, you should have got a baby. 10 years, you should have at least a 7 or 8-year-old. I know I would. I had 2, 3 of them. Why not? You want to keep coming over here smashing? Okay. All right. Come on over here. Like, yeah, girl, we don't care. We really don't care. If you were with him for that long without a commitment, silly you. Silly you. Yeah, and she is definitely older. So I'm like, girl, you too old for all of that. Like, let's not act like you 19, 20. And it's like, I've been Soulja Boy for the last 10 years on and off. So you clearly in your 30s. You gotta be. You gotta be. You gotta be. You gotta be. Ain't no way in the world. He started dating you as 17, 18. No, girl, you had been at least 25, 26 when it met you. Sit here been at 36, 37 talking about some. I was astonished. The same girl that was over there braiding my hair got pregnant. I didn't think she would get pregnant by him. Why not? That's a cost of sex. I mean, what? You ain't wrapping it up. Why would they? Shout out to Los Sos. I missed you too, sweetie. It's like, y'all ain't wrapping it up. It ain't his fault. Girl, are you barren? Like, oh, what's going on? Because, I mean, if you barren, let's talk. Because, that's sad. If you were sitting there so like, I tried to get pregnant for 10 years, then we're going to be like, oh no. Then we would have some sympathy and empathy for you, girl. But you sitting there dumb and done let her secure that little change that Soulja Boy got. Girl, we don't care about that. So, yeah, shout out to Soulja Boy for doing what he did for the last 20 years. Which is being a thought. So ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, okay, sis. Yeah, we can really care less. Look, y'all. I didn't ask to go with you to Mexico. I really didn't need the shopping spree in LA or Melrose. Boy, if you didn't know it, well, now you know. I didn't need the furs or the jewelry because material things, they don't mean much to a beach and since you've been gone. Me and Shannon been holding us down on my own. And no, I never ever cheated. I never ever lied. Yes, good, yeah. Go, Monica, girl. Go, girl. She went up there to see her nail. Y'all ain't gonna tell her nothing about a murder. Y'all ain't gonna tell her nothing. Y'all ain't gonna tell nothing. Grim. Look at Monica up here seeing her. Look, girl. Ooh, see, you look stressed. Monica, girl, he looks stressed, girl. Girl, he looks stressed. Oh, and you said that you don't want up there looking the same age. Go on, Monica, girl. You don't want up there looking the same age before you walk on my life. Well, before right around the time he went to prison, girl. Mm-hmm. You don't want up there looking like the same person. Y'all look at Monica. She went up there to see her. I didn't ask to go with you to Mexico. Go, girl. Girl, Monica went to go see him. And she went to go see him. She said she is in this forever. Monica said this is forever. This is forever. So go, Monica. Look at Monica and see Erda. Go, look at them. Looking unhappy as possible. The closest she could get to. Monica, if you're abstinent, that's all you have to say, girl. You didn't have to go get with the Erda for us to know that you abstinent, girl. Girl, we get it. Girl, we get it. Girl, we get it, girl. Yes. So go on, Monica. It's like, why would you get with him? He's in prison. Like, How you gonna explain this to your children? Girl, he might have allegedly took out your ex-lover Jarvis. Like, oh my goodness. Oh my god, they don't do conjugal. They don't do conjugal. They don't do that. They don't do that where he at. They don't do that. They don't do that. Y'all see, he was already up there mad because they weren't giving him nothing but rice, cakes, and bread. So Master P had to go up there and get the prison a couple dollars so they could feed his brother. And so they could feed his brother. So he went on a hunger strike. All of that's why that's why he looking like this. Look, he went on a hunger strike. All of that hunger strike will do that to you. Yes, a hunger strike will do that to you. Look at him. Look at him. I was on that receiver. Yes, on that receiver. Yes, and they are not very so much now. That's what I said. They don't do that. They don't let homegirls sleep with it. They let you just come up there sleeping with people. Unless you float them an extra $50 or something like that, girl. She was on that receiver. Go on, Monica, girl. So yes, Monica was on that receiver. Tasha says that was her best work. Hell no, she said he would leave. Hell no, girl, look, girl, Monica went and got back with her new. All right, she said, I don't care what y'all say, it's me, yo girl, your life, your world. My family and friends, they just don't understand. They say I should leave you alone, but I say that they all should just leave us alone. She ain't say alone. She said leave us alone. You know what that means? Don't call, don't text, don't call me no more, and don't text me no more. Like that's what that means. She said leave us alone. Don't you get it? Oh my goodness. And she said she never ever lied with bravado. So you can stop asking me why I never left you. So she made that song reality again. So go on, Monica, girl. Go on, Monica. So yeah, shout out to Monica. Shout out to Monica. She wasn't got what his name, Corey. She wasn't got him. Gone, girl. She wasn't got the nigga that don't nobody want. Girl, you wasn't got him. Okay, girl, gone, girl. I better not catch him on that prisoninmates.com. I'm gonna go look when I get off of here, girl. He better not be on there. He better not be on there. Look, y'all, it's Tip. It's Shawty, be clear. Be clear. Be clear, Shawty. I ain't call you no bitch, Shawty. Be clear. I ain't call you no bitch, Shawty. I give you $1 million. You sure I call you a bitch, Shawty? I ain't calling you a bitch, Shawty. So, Tip and him and his wife, Tip and his wife, where's she at? Tip and Tiny back in these streets, y'all. They back in these streets underneath post and all of that. So Tiny, Miss Never Should Have Kissed You. Tiny girl, shut up. So my favorite part of y'all is when y'all be quiet. I'm like, why y'all can't go back to being quiet? That was y'all best, y'all, when y'all was shutting up. So here, flip. So her husband, Tip Car Seat Harris, they decide to get back in these good streets. Absolutely. So let's get into this. First, let's get into him getting on this stage, coming at this woman. Let's get into this. I can't wait till I start doing stand-up because I can't wait till somebody try to grab my microphone. I can't wait because if you grab my microphone, I'm right on top of your head, right on top of your head. Please touch my microphone. Please come and get it because I'm about to get into stand-up because y'all got the game messed up. So y'all letting Will Smith get y'all beat up. That's all I can tell you. Because I'm about to start doing stand-up and you best believe I'm going to have some Tiny and Tip jokes. So you can bring a little beige ass on stage when I'm up there. And I'm going to let you grab the microphone. I'm going to let you. But you're going to have a painful thought right after that because I'm going to hit you right here. Right here. Right on top of the head. And I'm going to do it hard. So just go ahead. Take it. Take it. My last name ain't never been Rock. First name ain't never been Chris. I commend him. And I commend him because that wouldn't have happened with me. Oh, yeah, you better than me, player. Oh, yeah, you way better than me. Oh, yeah, because it would have been Smiths everywhere. It would have been Smiths everywhere. Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. Miss Pinkett would have got a splash of Smith. All because it would have went down. So, yeah, you're not slapping me. You're not doing none of that. You're not doing none of that. So, shout out to Chris Rock for having restraints. For having restraints, Lord. He is anointed. Because I would have went straight to hell on that stage. So, yeah, it would have went down. They would have went to the broadcaster thing with the rainbow thing on front of the screen. Boo! Because, yeah, it would have went down. So, yeah. So, please come touch my microphone. Till! Be clear, shouter. You touch my mic, shouter, going down, shouter. Be clear. Be clear.
Before. Or no, shut the fuck up for a second. Hey, listen. No. As many times as you joke on that shit, nigga, I'm gonna check your motherfucking ass as long as it takes. Nigga, when you stop talking about it, when you stop playing with me and mine, I'ma stop saying something. Nigga, ain't no motherfucking case, ain't never been no motherfucking case, cause I ain't did nothing wrong, and my wife ain't did nothing wrong. And if you keep on playing with me, nigga, I'm gonna motherfucking continue to confront you publicly, verbally.
Shout out to Monisha for the super chat and super sticker. Thank you so much, sweetie. Not threatening. If you keep on doing it, yeah, you caught yourself. Till you caught yourself because you was about to threaten her. You absolutely were, and then you caught yourself. And in the process of you catching yourself, you're gonna go up there and talk about something. You and your wife ain't never had no charges. Yes, y'all have. Have some people going up there saying stuff about you and this pig sitting there giving them boiling drinks and bathing them. And all they done said all type of shit naive about you and this pig. Now don't act like these people ain't came forward talking about you and this or luau. You call a wife. Now you tried it. I'm like, no, we're not about to make it seem like, or then people are coming forward and say that your wife was putting 52 different flavors and knock you out in their drinks. And all of that, yeah, that very so much what's going on, player. Like, yeah, whenever you get through. Mm-hmm. They said that you footed someone. They said you took that little size 4 toddler and put it all the way up in that woman. And them gonna be in my jokes. Now what? Now what? What you and your sons gonna do? What? What? They're gonna be on all my jokes. You put your whole foot in somebody. I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't even know that was the thing that you could leave your sock in someone. Leave your toe ring in them. How does that happen? Okay. So you sitting over there, infants. Very so much car seat. Boost the seat. Yay high. The stage was taller than you and all of that. You didn't have to walk up on her like that. At least Will did it to a man. I'm like, yeah, you're very whack for that. People can have jokes about you and oink oink. Y'all done slept with everybody in Atlanta. But can't nobody have no jokes. Oh, we got to be quiet because they slept with Magic City. Didn't nobody tell y'all to bring Magic City to Candy Dungeon? Did nobody say y'all to do that? Y'all done slept with everybody on the west side and part of the north, working on the east. Y'all all that LAX looking for people. I mean, at the Georgia airport. Watch people come in and out. Hey, change your flight, shawty. We pay for a shawty. Come be me and my wife, shawty. Come be me and my wife, shawty. So it's just like, yeah, you tried it. She just landing in the pig, oinking in the bed. She just sitting there watching. Girl, she trying to make it seem like she like girls. No, she don't. She like girls because her man do. Girl, you tried it, oink, oink. Girl, you tried it. You never been in a relationship with no woman, none of that. None of that, but except for Sabrina. Except for Sabrina. Tell the truth, shame the devil. You used to go with Sabrina, girl, because I'm sick of you too. Sabrina, go and tell the people that you used to date Tiny. Girl, bye. Go and tell the people that y'all used to go together. Because she get on my nerves too. So I'm like, yeah, okay. Clearly y'all were smashing without Tilt. So I'm just like, yeah, okay. Gross. But hair flip. So Sabrina, just go ahead and let us know. You used to go with Tiny. Never should have kissed you. It's fine. It's no big deal. But yeah, so there's a merit to this stupid story. T.I. goes off on this comedian, y'all. He says, stop playing with me and my pig wife, and my wife ain't did nothing wrong. Basically, just saying, it wasn't her, it was me. And so this comedian, hold on, wait a minute, girl, because wait a minute, girl.
You see,
shut up, Tip. Okay, well, let's get right here. So the comedian that T.I. went off says that he was calling her B from the audience, telling her to remove her wig before she mentioned the allegations. If you're a comedian, anything is up for jokes. Big dot.
Tell y'all a real story so we can go ahead and get it out of the way. Number one, T.I. came to the show, appreciate it. He did a 45-minute set. Now, he gets off stage, I'm making jokes about shit, about to bring up another comedian. He proceeds to start heckling the crowd, calling me all kind of oh, I need to shut that fuck up. Nobody's talking about it. Then he proceeds to continue to tell me to take my wig off. Take the wig off in front of everybody. Trying to humble black women on some stupid, right? So I said, I'll take my wig off when you speak on the allegations. That's what prompted this whole thing. Nobody called him a rapist. I said, I'll take my wig off because you're trying to humble and play me when you speak on the allegations. I stand on what I said. If you're a comedian, anything's up for jokes. Niggas been talking about me all day. And I've been laughing at some of it. Nothing's off limits. Nobody's special. And please don't walk up on me again. I'm mad at you. So I'm going to explain this one time. This is about what happened at One Night Only at our bar. I had with myself and T.I. T.I. comes to the show. It's about over anyway. It's an open mic. He comes. He does like 30 minutes. Now, after he gets off stage, I'm going to the next shit. I'm hosting. I'm talking about marriage and shit. He keeps cutting me off, telling me to shut the fuck up, calling me all kind of bitches, heckling me. So I'm like, all right, come on, stop playing with me. Like, it's crazy. You keep going and I can't say nothing to you. He then starts yelling about how I need to take my wig off multiple times. Take your wig off right now. Cutting me off. Take your wig off right now. Because a lot of y'all are saying I took a cheap shot. This nigga was literally going on and on harassing me. I don't know why my eyes turn hazel. That shit is really ugly. But anyway, I said, I'll take my wig off when you speak on the allegations. Nobody was tight except for him. Nobody ever called him a rapist. I responded to him telling me in a room full of people to rip my wig off and made a joke just like he did. So if you got a problem with it, not mine. So I'm going to explain that. So I'm going to tell.
Sorry, I was muted. Sorry. Okay. So she just said that, look, all I said was, since you're trying to play me, which as comedians is what, they do. They play, quick, on their feet, and clearly Tip isn't, because when you telling her to take off her wig, trying to embarrass her and whatnot, because I don't feel like it was on anything to humble her. I just feel like he was trying to embarrass her. So since since you want to talk, let's play. You want to play, let's do that. So she did the exact same thing. She just matched him with his energy. I'll take my wig off if you come up here and talk about these allegations. When you talk about your allegations, I'll take off my wig. So if you would have came on stage and took the microphone and started talking about your allegations, the wig would have came off. But since you want to come up here and try to cuss me out over something that you don't like, okay, it's the same thing. I don't like what you just said. I don't like the fact that you just tried to tell me to take my wig off. For what? What does my wig have to do with you? Nothing. So what do I have to do with your allegations? Nothing. There would be no reason for me to bring them up, right? There's no reason for you to bring up my wig. Like, and I just said for you to speak on them. I could have said way worse stuff. I didn't call you the R word or nothing like that. I didn't say nothing about your wife. So he said, my wife ain't it. She ain't say nothing about that pig. She ain't say nothing about oink oink. She ain't say nothing about never should have kissed you. She ain't say nothing about hocus pocus with the drinks. She ain't say nothing about that witch. She ain't say nothing about diaper booty. She didn't say anything about her. I'm like, like she didn't even say anything about her. Like she didn't say anything about Miss Piggy. So for you to go up there and correlate the two, like that doesn't even make sense. That's why you know you were in the wrong, because she just said allegations. She didn't say when you and your wife come up here and speak on the allegations. She didn't say that. She just said when you act like you weren't involved. You the one putting your feet in people. Tyler, you was over there putting them little baby paws, hooves inside women's. Inside them women's, you're fucking beige. So I'm just like, yeah, nah. You were pressed because you got beat at this little game you were trying to play. You're not funny. Because if you were, you would have responded with a joke. That's what a comedian would have did. Not take it all serious in the heart and all of that. She ain't taking heart, just telling her to take off her wig and ain't got nothing to do with you. She ain't taking that to heart. Tell that pig next to you to take off her wig. Tell her to. Whenever you get through, tell whatever is sitting next to you to take her wig off. Don't come for me. You tried it. But nah, tell never should have kissed you to take her wig off. We're not about to act like she came rocking a natural ponytail. She didn't. She very so much came in somebody else's hair, just like I did. What's the problem? I paid for it. She did too, didn't she? So, okay, tell her to stand up with her weird looking ass and take her wig off. And then I'll take off mine too. She ain't come for your wife. She came for you because you were coming for her. That's simple. And then you got Oink Oink always want to jump in the chats and try to defend Tip. Girl, be clear. Be clear. Be clear. We would rather Tip be with Bernice. Now you tried it. Now what? Tip and Bernice Bugles make a cute couple. They would be mad cute in pictures. Now what? Yeah. Bernice Bugle look way better than you. Tiny. And I don't take it back. I said to your face and your husband's face too. Bernice is a dime piece. Even as an older woman, she looks amazing. Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful black woman. She look better than you on any day. Any day. You could never compete, Tiny. You could never compete with Bernice. That's why you hate her. You hate Bernice. T.I. done slept with Georgia. And out of all of those people he done slept with, she the one you hate the most. Because you already know. You already know. Bernice was doing things that T.I. never let you do. Never will let you do. She got to do all type of stuff. She got to do all type of stuff. That wasn't fair. That wasn't fair. And then on top of that, she looked way better than you. Like, way better. Bernice is a dime. Especially compared to you. So yeah, and that's just my opinion. And that's just my opinion. I'm not telling T.I. to leave his marriage or anything like that. I'm just saying aesthetically, T.I. is a nice looking man. He's handsome. And Bernice is beautiful. So them in photographs and things like that, they would look great together. What about it? I'm not going to make Tiny attractive. I don't think she's ugly, but I don't think she's beautiful. I'm not about to place her. No. She look how she look. That's Tip wife. I'm not to make her gorgeous. I'm not to do that. Hair flip. So yeah, that's what it is. So moving right on. Lord, she cute for my Ooh, not a Muppet. I can't with you guys. So T.I. said that, if he called her the B word, we're not, where's that? If he called her the B word, that he would give her $1 million, right? Where's that? I think okay. No, we haven't skipped it. So that he said he'd give her $1 million if she found the clip of him calling her the B word. And she found the clip. And I saw in the chat that somebody added T.I. and told him to pay her because he didn't know that they caught him on the different camera calling her it. Now, he was trying to make it seem like it was people in the crowd saying that, calling you the B word, but I wasn't calling you the B word. And she put up the camera footage of him like calling her B word. So clearly you did. So you lied. So since he lied, he had to pay her $1 million, right? So people in the chat was like, T.I., you need to pay her, all of this. And T.I. put in the chat that he did. So T.I. said that he paid her. Now, until she come forward and say that he didn't pay her, as far as I'm concerned, he paid her. So, I mean, he got it. I mean, it ain't like he broke. So, he definitely got it. I just don't think that he thought that she ain't playing with him. Shout out to her. She's lit. So, and I would love to see her set now. So all this did was push a lot of publicity to her name and make her, if she wasn't anybody, she's somebody now. So she's somebody now. So, hair flip. But yeah, he was caught. He didn't lie. He did call her the B word. So he said that he would pay up, and he did, from what I get. So she said, she posted, she was like, I'm excited to get my BBL, courtesy of Tip, basically. So she's like, thanks for the BBL, because, but yeah, he supposedly paid her, from what I gather. So until she comes forward and says something different, he paid her. So, but yeah, stop lying, Tip. Stop lying. It's not worth it. Stop lying for that Muppet. You know you don't want to be with her. Cut it out. Cut it out. So with all of this going on, Tiny ex-girlfriend, Sabrina Peterson says she was triggered watching T.I. confront comedian on stage. He didn't have a GON like he did me. Okay, I'm not laughing at the gun comment. Okay, I'm not laughing at that. What I'm laughing at is how you just take this situation and make it about you. Like how he approached her on the stage. That's how he approached you? Really? Your mama did too? So it's like, Sabrina, girl, stop it. Girl, like, let it go, because you done already wrote this case for us, girl. So it's just like, Sabrina, girl, like, look, nah, stop. Everything's not about you. Everything is not about you. Phyllis Chica says, let me find out the next tip hits the stage. I'm going to get my $2 million. No, big that, because he paid, from what I gather. He allegedly paid her. He did. He ain't pay Sabrina no money. So Sabrina, at least the old girl got $1 million out the situation. You went through all you went through and ain't get $1. So all you got was some, D from Tip and some face from Tiny. That's it. I really cannot imagine looking down and this looking up at me. Could you imagine? You look down and they just say, you like that? You like that? So yeah, it's just oof. Gross. Yeah, y'all can stand with her. Y'all absolutely can. Is you their cousin? Is you T.I. them cousin? You a whole hair was standing with them. Go ahead, girl. Go on, girl. Go on, girl. I guess you want to be invited to the family reunion. To the family reunion. Tatiana gonna be the only Harris that ain't there. To the family reunion. Girl, you standing with them with the last name Harris. Okay, girl. Hair flip. So go on, stand with him, girl. Go on, girl. So I stand with him too, even especially the woman that got footed. I don't appreciate him putting his foot in that woman. I believe her. I believe her. And I believe that Tip walked up on Sabrina with a GUN. I do. I believe that he did that, but she shouldn't have had a beige ass over there. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I just, because she was dealing with him even after that. So it's just like, what was she going through Stockholm? She should probably explain that to why you still had dealings with him after. If you were so traumatized and scared by what Tip did, why would you go back over there? Like, why were you still hanging with him? I mean, your kid was basically like their god kid, you know, so, but who am I? So, gays, for her to be so scared and so this and so that, oh, okay. But why were you back over there? He did this to you on the 14th and you was back there on the 17th? Did you leave something? Drop your phone? You left your charger over there? What was you back over there? Now you so triggered. Okay. Righty then. Righty, you stand with that girl. You do. And you think, hey, Shaka, you think he have $1 million to give? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I don't think he wanted to. But a person like Tip, he's a narc, so reputation is everything to him. That's why he got up and yelled at her in the first place. Reputation is everything to him. So for him not to pay her, it's just something for her to come forward and say, like, he broke. He ain't got no money. So that's gonna make him pay her just so the word travels. That's why he went in that chat like, I did pay her. Because they were tagging him like, at Trouble Man, you need to pay her money. He went in that I did. Because he knows better. You know, he's a narc. So to narcissists, they're definitely going to keep their name intact. They're going to pay them debts. They absolutely will. So just to protect them, you know, always, because narcissists always feel like right. You know, they don't feel like the things that they necessarily do is wrong. And if they are wrong, it has to be in the way that they look at it as being wrong. Not because somebody told them it was wrong, just more so of, okay, well, since I know I got to apologize for this, I guess, you know, type of situation. Say it so you can hear it versus saying it because you mean it. So yeah, he's definitely not about to let his image be tainted or ruined by him saying that, you know, what a trap at load of NASA. Well, I'm holding all the work out. What you know about that? You can't say you rubber band man, and it's time to flip off some of those rubber bands, and you can't do it. Okay. So, but yeah, from what I gather, he paid her. So, Sabrina, girl, be quiet. Girl, go to court. Go to court since you're so traumatized. So, Candy of the Burris, baby daddy, Big Block says their daughter Riley is jealous that the other children were all raised in his house. It's jealousy. And how you put me on child support. What? And how you put me on child support if you got more money than me? What does that have to do with anything? What? Okay, hold on. Oh, I really got to listen. Oh, he about to get cussed out. Oh, I can feel it. Ooh.
Like I had daughters. I mean, I got 2 daughters prior to this. And sometimes your daughters, they go through what they go through when they get a certain age. I think a lot of people get in her head, you know, as in, because a lot of jealousy, because all my kids live with me. I got 3 daughters and 3 boys. Every last one of them live with me except Riley.
Oh.
Yeah. Every last one of my kids live with me from they born till they graduated, except Candy. And I think it's a lot of jealousy because Riley was in that situation because her mom put me on child support. Now, how you got more money than me, they mom, and you put me on child support? Like I had daughters. I mean, I got 2 daughters prior to this. And sometimes your daughters, they go through what they go through when they get a certain age. I think a lot of people get in her head, you know, as in, because a lot of jealousy because all my kids live with me. I got 3 daughters and 3 boys. Every last one of them live with me except Riley.
Oh.
Yeah. Every last one of my kids live with me from they born till they graduated, except Candy. And I think it's a lot of jealousy because Riley was in that situation because her mom put me on child support. Now, how you got more money than me, they mom, and you put me on child support? Like I had daughters.
Well, she put your gorilla looking at, man, she put you on child support because you ain't taking care of your child. You make it seem like Riley was living in your house and she still put you on child support. Like Riley very much so wasn't. And it doesn't matter how much money she has. She could be a billionaire. She's still entitled to you taking care of her child, especially if you're not doing it physically. Like somebody has to explain us. Y'all are so ignorant. So ignorant. That is so ignorant to even say something like that. you are not taking care of her. You aren't. And I think when people take Riley as awkward, I don't think Riley is weird. A shout out to Black Coffee. Thank you, sweetie. Thank you. And thank you, girl. You know, just to let your soul glow. Thank you, girl. I don't think Riley's weird. I think Riley is really spoiled. I think that think about it. Candy's her mom. I think she's just really spoiled. And she is a mama's girl. So she is really connected to Candy. Her and Candy are like best friends, like besties. So that can make her socially awkward. It can make it. There are a lot of kids that I feel are socially awkward when they're really close to their parents because they don't really care to make friends and stuff like that. They just want to go home, so that they can be around, like their parent because they're so close, so you don't really look to, to have other friends, especially when you're the only child. And Riley was the only child. She didn't have any siblings until later on in life. When what's the baby name Ace or something like that, Candy's little boy. So that didn't happen until later, in life. She was a teenager, when he was born. So that can make you awkward. When you have siblings and stuff, you get to bounce your personality off of them. So when they say something annoys you, or this is this, or this is that, you can protect yourself by refraining from doing certain things around other people because you've already heard those complaints. So if you're awkward, like within yourself, your parent is usually going to push you as, oh, no, baby, you're not, love you, blah, blah, blah. So you're going to feel that you're fine. But people at school will be like, oh, you're weird. Like, why don't you talk to anybody? Why don't you say anything to anybody? Like, why are you so, like, you're weird, so, and then that will make you even more of an introvert. And then you'll go, like, that's what makes kids like Riley excited to go home, so that they can be around the people that truly love them because they don't really feel it anywhere else, so I think that that's Riley. I don't think that she's like awkward or weird or slow. No, I don't think that she's any of those things. I think she's just really spoiled, like by her mom. There's a lot of kids that have a nervous energy, around other people, but when they're around their mom, especially if it's the mom raising them or dad, and then it's like you're more expressive and you open up more and you talk about more stuff, and stuff like that. So I just think that Riley is just really shy, and that's all. And she's the only child, so that's the blessing in having siblings, is that they bring a lot of your personality out of you when you have to share things and when you're competing, because it's always like sibling rivalry, and so when you're competing, whether it's for attention or look, especially if you're close in age, 1 to 2 years apart, stuff like that. So, but she didn't have any of that. So I just think Riley is just extremely shy. But I don't think she's slow or weird, or anything like that. I think she's just a spoiled only child. That's what I think. So she didn't really have to share energy until later, as she's about to lead a household is when it's time for her to share it. So for him to say that Candy has more money than him, that doesn't matter. Why does it matter that she has more money than you and you don't feel like you have to pay child support? Why wouldn't you? You're not doing anything else. What? So because I'm a millionaire, you just get to be scot-free. Maybe she wouldn't have wanted any child support, especially if you were physically taking care of your kid. Candy was a star, so she was on the road a lot, stuff like that. So she could have used you and, used your help. But instead, Candy's mother was watching Riley. And that's why Riley's so close to her grandmother and her mom, because those are the two main people in her life, her grandmother and her mother. And then Todd came on later, so what? And then she was also very young when the first man that Candy was going to marry back in the day, and he ended up passing away. They broke up and he ended up passing away. Riley really liked him. I don't know if people paid attention to that, but Riley really liked him. She did. They had a moment or two. But other than that, she really liked him. She did. And he passed away, so, and that happened when she was a child. So that's a lot to drink in too. That changes and alters, your personality dealing with death, and stuff like that, especially at a young age, stuff like, yeah. So I just think that, yeah, I don't think that she is weird. I just think that she's spoiled, really spoiled and shy, and a mommy's girl, loves being around her mom. So, but no, he wasn't doing anything to take care of Riley. So why does he? And then he wonders why she's so awkward around him. Is because she doesn't know you. Like she knows of you. It's a difference between somebody telling you this is your parent versus to your parent treating you like they're your parent. You know, like nobody has to tell Riley that Candy is her mom because Candy's been there for her, raised her. She knows that that's her mom. So you don't have to explain that to her. When he comes around, it's awkward because she doesn't know him. So like that, you know, back in the day, if you watched the Atlanta Housewives, there were episodes to where they would meet and Riley would barely say anything. Like she would barely say anything at all. And it was one time when he left, she cried. You know, so sometimes that can be an outcry. Like he's not asking her the right questions. Look how ignorant he is. So the things that she would truly want to talk about and want to have that love and affection from her father, he's not able to provide it. So that's why she has to keep confiding in her mother. You notice she didn't cry while he was there. She cried once she met back up with Candy. You know, when her and Candy was sitting there, that's when she started crying because Candy walked away and went sat somewhere else while they sat there and ate. And after he left and Candy came back over there and sat with her, Riley started to cry. That speaks. That means that it's something that she can't say to him. She doesn't feel comfortable or she's afraid, you know, or rather she's just waiting for him to say something to her. Like for him to make her feel like she loves him and to treat me like you treat your other kids. You know, you didn't do that for me. You know, it's just been me, my mom, and my grandma. So it's the father's responsibility to break that bond and to make it so that they have a relationship. It's not Riley's responsibility. Because then when she gets to a certain age to when she doesn't need you anymore, it's going to be simply just that. Riley's going to walk away and she's not going to look back. You're going to be estranged. That's why it's important to do while a kid is a child. Because then there's something molded in their mind. They can go back in their, you know, cerebrum and think like, okay, well, they were there for me with this. And I know they love me. I know if you go to replay back a relationship with somebody in your mind and there's really nothing to think of, why would you say that this is my dad? Why would you? I mean, Todd was more of a father than he was. So, I mean, that's why Riley has so much more respect for Todd than she has her own father. Like, I mean, we have to make real. She never felt comfortable enough with him to treat him like her dad. It's not that I don't feel like it's not that Riley didn't want to. She didn't know how. That's why it was his responsibility to bridge the gap. This awkwardness that we have between each other, this silence, take her out, truly try to get to know her and not pressure her into feeling like, oh, you need to grow up. And so, because that's kind of like the energy that he was giving, you know, like you're getting older, you know, you need to use your words, you know, type of situation. She's really shy. So that's going to be off-putting to her because he's rougher, you know, like around the edges, you know, with a girl, especially raising a daughter, you got to approach it differently. You know, sometimes they need to see you be vulnerable, you know, as a man, because then when they see that, it makes her want to open up. You know, that's what makes my daughter open up to me, is me being vulnerable with her and opening up myself. But if I'm just coming into her hard, you know, like I normally do, if she does something that upsets me, it's going to close her off. Like she's not going to want to tell me anything. She's definitely not going to want to see me upset because she knows how I get when I'm upset. So, oh, I'm definitely not going to tell her nothing that's going to make her mad, you know, and stuff like that. So, and that's how Riley is. She doesn't know you. So she doesn't even know how to approach a situation. If she did want to tell you something that upset her, she doesn't even know how to approach it because she doesn't know you. But if Candy did something to upset Riley, she would know how to approach it because she knows her. It's the same thing with her grandmother. She knows her grandmother, so she knows how to approach it. Whether she would say something to them or say something else and that will bring it up or whatever. She knows how to approach her mom because she knows her. She does not know him. So why would you not be responsible for paying child support? It don't matter how rich Candy is. She's not solely ever going to be responsible for something that you laid there and helped her make, whether you were married or not. Oh, well, that ain't got nothing to do with her. She ain't make no vow to nobody. I blame the person that's married. You vowed. That person isn't vowing anything. No, is it right that they're sleeping with you? No. But it's a choice on both ends. Both people are deciding, and you're deciding to ruin your marriage. They're not ruining anything. They're single. So whether this works out for you or not, oh, well, you know what? You the one attached. I'm not attached. You know, I don't have any baggage, you know, or anything like that. You do, you know. So, I mean, it is what it is. So I just feel like, why wouldn't you be responsible? Of course, you're going to be responsible for taking care of that kid. I don't argue with child support and stuff. I just feel like it's dumb. If you don't want to pay child support, take care of your kid. If you're not taking care of your kids, you should not be complaining about child support. I can see a Rob Kardashian or somebody like that complaining about child support. He takes care of Dream. He takes care of that girl. They have them week to week, 50-50 custody. 1 week China got Dream, the next week Rob got her. So I can understand him because we're basically taking the same amount of care of her. You ain't paying me to take care of Dream. Why do I got to pay you when you taking care of her? So I could see that because it's 50-50. But for somebody that you ain't doing nothing, and then you got the nerve to sit up and raise 6 other kids, but not take care of this one. And because I'm rich, I'm just supposed to be like, you're good. Yeah, no, be a man. Because if you were taking care of Riley, you wouldn't be in that predicament. You would have never had to pay a day of child support. I'm sure Candy wouldn't have even cared. I'm sure she would have been like, yeah, no, he ain't got to pay child support. He just fine. He take care of her. If she needs something, he break his back, make sure she get it. You know, he always picking her up and, you know, spending a lot of time with her and keeping her. When you're doing stuff like that, it's hard for the mom, especially if they're rich, to really focus on child support. Like, yeah, no. But if you ain't doing nothing, I'm going to get you one way. One way or the other. If I'm going to be stressed out, so are you. You're going to be stressed out too. Because even if you're rich, raising children is stressful. Raising kids is stressful. So, I mean, whether you're rich or not, I mean, it's still a stressful gig, you know, and it's a job. So, I mean, it's still stressful. It doesn't matter how much money you got. It's still hard, you know, raising a child. So, I mean, if you're not up with her with temperatures and in the hospital with her and got to call in and can't do this and can't be here or that, you ain't got to worry about none of that. I do. So the most you're going to do is pay. Now, you got me twisted. You're going to do something. So it's just I can get with that. But if he was doing everything he could, basically raising Riley for Candy, and Candy was still requesting child support, I'd be like, yeah, that's bogus. Like, I mean, you taking care of her. Like, that's the least you could do is not have a man pay child support. So, but yeah, I mean, it'd be no different. I feel like I bet you this, if if he did raise Riley, you best believe he would have filed child support on Candy. What you bet? Say in the chat, what y'all think? As much money as Candy worth, y'all don't think he would have filed child support? Knowing that she's worth millions? Knowing that she's worth millions, he probably would have been spending it on everything but Riley. He probably would have been spending it on everybody but her. Everybody but her. He definitely would have filed child support if you raising her. Like, why wouldn't you? Like, I mean, so she's raising her. Why wouldn't she? What? Okay. Y'all was like, absolutely. He certainly would. Yes, he would. Right. Yes, big facts. Right. Because, I mean, he tried it. If he could spell a shot right. So it's just like, yeah, I just feel like that was trash. That he said that at all. It's like, be a man. If you're taking care of your kid, yeah, you have that right to be like, yeah, no, I'm not paying child support. But if you ain't taking care of the child and she's doing everything on her own, fitting the bill especially, that should be the last thing you should be complaining about is some child support. Like, yeah, better that than you do nothing. I mean, at least you can point at something that says you're doing something for your baby instead of you just being gone. So the pig, this pig done came underneath this post and she said, that's what she said. That's what she said. So Tiny did not like that Block said what the fuck it said. So Tiny went under this post and she said, yes. Over here speaking in pig Latin. That's what she said. So I'll translate for y'all in non-pig. She said, man, this is a bunch of BS. Just because she makes more money than you, you shouldn't give her. You shouldn't give her. Did you have the same attitude with other baby mamas? Did you have the same attitude? Ooh, I can't stand when people on farms just go wild. Did you have this same perception with all the T.I. other baby mamas? Oh, just give it to him till. Just give it to him till. I doubt it. I doubt it, but okay, girl. I doubt it. I don't like this pig. Ooh, I don't like this pig. She said, she said, just because she makes more money than you, you shouldn't give her money to help her with y'all child. It's bad enough you acted like she never, what? Like you never acted like she existed. What business of this pigs is this, girl? Okay, she said that man was absent for years on years at a time. Riley balled out her whole life, and it ain't stopped yet. Okay. Them single mamas don't play about they babies. They go harder. He should be thanking Candy instead of talking. Boo. Stay out of people's business. Like, girl, shut up. If we can't talk about your allegations, you can't say nothing to Block. Block said that his only response is respond to them allegations. That's what Block said. He'll respond to you when you respond to them allegations. Ooh, tip wife. Ooh, tiny. Ooh, tip wife. You are mad annoying. And I thought that your husband said that be clear, mind y'all business. Be clear. Mind y'all business, shouted. Mind y'all business, shouted, be clear. So I thought your husband said be clear. So shouldn't you be being clear? Because this ain't got nothing to do with you, beige. You always got something to say when it comes to Candy, girl. Stop. Y'all wasn't even this close in the group. Girl, you starting to get on my nerves. Oh my goodness. All you gotta do is get in line. Like, girl. She's a big pig. Yep. You could be a big pig too. Whoo. So it's just like, girl, we sick of you. We is sick of you. Be quiet. You and Simone. Whoo, I'm so sick of Pumbaa and Simone. Lord, I'm sick of them. Why do they keep talking? Like, shut up. And then he want to get mad and say that y'all ain't had no allegations. Then why don't y'all have y'all show anymore? Oh. What happened to the family hustle? Didn't they pause filming and end it because of what? You want me to put it up? Because I can show you, buddy. I just find that weird. Why did they cancel y'all show the family hustle, shot? Be clear. Why did they cancel that again? Okay. Done took that check from Monica and all of that. She trying so hard to get a reality show. She done took Corey back. Y'all tried it. We sick of them. I'm like, done sat there and took tour from the no baby. Done took that money from her daughter with the unibrow. Girl. Y'all done tried it. Now, where is the outrage? Where is the outrage? Tory Lanez said, I'm fully aware that my bald spot, of the bald spot in the back of my head, guys. I rap about it all the time. It's alopecia. What's the big deal? Why y'all ain't protecting him, ladies? Y'all, for Chris Rock to go on stage and say that about a black woman. Okay, y'all be talking about Tory all the time. Like a dog. Like a dog. It's so much I want to say about this picture. But we gonna refrain from that because it's alopecia. So we got to refrain from that because, oh, the jokes, oh, they loaded, oh, man, oh, that's, oh. Who the jokes is cocked and loaded. I'm saying. Ooh, car seat. Okay, I'm gonna leave this baby alone. I'm gonna leave this little boy alone. Okay, I'm gonna leave car seat alone. But ooh, the jokes. Ooh, Lord, I had so many of them. I had so many of them. But then he said it was alopecia, and that's an autoimmune disease, and it's not okay to laugh at it. It's not okay to talk about it. It's not okay to talk about it because y'all tried it. Now y'all want to sit over there and give Rumpelstiltskin, Pinky Smith a ball pass and all of that shit, knowing she's sitting over there looking like Lex Luthor. Okay, no, okay. Okay. Woo. Let me stop for all of a sudden. We'll be knocking. We'll be knocking on the door. You SeanDavieWay, right? So, Gates. So he hit everybody but August. I find that weird. Okay. So, Gates. So Jada was sitting over there looking like Lex Luthor. Yes, she was in that green, and he wore a lot of green. Stop. She was sitting over there looking like Lex. Yes, she was. She was a cute Lex, but she was sitting over there looking like Lex. So if we can't talk about her, we ain't about to sit here and talk about Tory. I'm not about to sit here and dog top of this boy head. Although Lord knows I want to. But look, I'm not about to sit here because he has alopecia and it's an autoimmune disease. And we is not supposed to be sitting there making fun of people with autoimmune diseases. So since we're not supposed to be doing it, we're not gonna do it. So it's like y'all tried it. If we can't talk about Rumpelstiltskin, Pinky Smith, we ain't gonna sit here and talk about Tory of the Lane. Nah, we ain't gonna do that to this little boy. We're gonna let him ride the school bus on home. But ooh, the jokes. Lord. Ooh, the jokes is they just stacking up. So let me get off this picture. So yeah, let me move on around. What's next? Oh, Christian line.
Was Caitlin's transition. Chapters that was documented was Caitlin's transition.
Yes.
What is your relationship with Caitlin today?
We're fine. Yeah, we're friends. And I see her when she's at a family thing. So it's, settled down a lot. I think it was a big shock. It's a scary thing to go through because you know nothing about it. It's a subject I never thought that I would ever have to directly deal with, confront, be understanding about something that I didn't, understand.
Chapters.
Okay, you're lying. Like, why do they keep lying, acting like they did not know Chris was a woman? Chloe said when her big face ass was a child that she went downstairs in the kitchen and he was down there in full lingerie. He was down there built wrong. Bruce was down there built wrong, awkward, built real awkward. Yes, he was. And Chloe said that she saw him in full women attire. So y'all knew. Y'all definitely knew who she thought that was in the kitchen with the lingerie booty poking out the door. Who she thought that was? Korea's hole. No, it was very so much Bruce. So they knew. They knew. Girl, Chris, it was plenty of times you came home, you still missing clothes that he took and used to wear. You still missing panties and blouses and all of that in his clothes. Every time you go over there, you see something that belongs to you. Like, ain't this my shirt? This looked like my bra. I promise you, I had a bra just like this in '88. Did you really take my bra? Like, so I'm gays. So, girl, you know about all of this. Cut it out. The whole family knew y'all all weird. All of y'all is weird, and y'all all knew. Y'all tried. Oops. Ooh, the Lord must really want me to get on this head. So yeah, she tried it. They all knew. Y'all all knew. I'm just tired of people lying to us, lying to our face. Oh. So now I know everybody see. Oh, it says, why is North sitting on Pete's lap? At this point, it's like they're trying to provoke Kanye. So Pete was out with North, Kanye's daughter, and while they were out hanging out, he was letting North sit on his level. Gross. So now in black families, I don't know if this is with every family, but like in black families, we don't do like the children, especially if it's not your father. We don't do just sitting on the laps, you know, or anything like that. Even like while sitting there watching TV or anything like that, sit next to him. I don't mind, you can sit next to him, but you ain't got to sit on his lap. We don't sit on his lap for what? For what? He ain't Santa. You don't even sit on his lap. You sit on his knee. So yeah, we sit on his lap for what? No. So we don't do the laps. Even my daughters, not that much older now, but even my daughters, like they don't say, you know, when they were kids, I was a jungle gym because, you know, I'm 6'4" of greatness. So, you know, they would just be all over me. You know, and my son, even still to this day, he still just be all over me. I just be like, move. Like, I'm telling you that so many times. I'm like, wait, why is you always hot? Why is you on me? You big now. Like you ain't little no more. When you was little, that was all right. You are every bit 100 and some pounds. Would you want 160, 170? Get your big ass off me. So, but yeah, he still just treat me like I'm a jungle gym. He just be all just wrapped around me. So I just be like, oh my God. Like he is so annoying. So it's just, but he just like feeling like he's still like little, you know, but he about to be 11. But he just, you know, he just want to, you know, like, I'm a kid, I'm a baby, you know, like baby me. You know, so I just, you know, sometimes I give in, and then most of the time I just be like, oh, get away from me. Get away from me. So it's a lot. It's a lot. But gays, so you know, my daughters, they are absolutely not allowed to sit on, they don't even sit on my lap. So if you don't sit on your daddy lap, the next lap you need to sit on need to be somebody that put a ring on it at least, or about to, grown and dating, you know, something like that. Then okay, or whatever. You grown. But as a child and a teenager and stuff like that, there's no reason to be sitting on laps, you know, or anything like that. So to some people, they look at this and they're just like, oh, it's not a big deal. She's just sitting on his lap. Well, we find things like that inappropriate, you know, in black families. Okay. We don't do the laps. Sit next to, completely fine. But if anybody gonna be teaching you how to drive, you're gonna sit on the lap, it's your daddy. You know, not even your grandpa. We don't sit on grandpa's laps, cousins' laps, uncle's lap. None of them. None of them. And my when kids is young, they got that bad because, you know, I mean, my brothers are close. So, you know, my kids, you know, I've even saw my brother, you know, like my daughter went to sit in his lap, he will put her to the side. It's just kind of like, because I've done the same thing with my nieces. Like they'll sit on me and they'll just, you know, pounce on me. Like I'll hug them and then I'll set them next to me. It's like I always, you know, it's just, and I'll put my arm around them, like love on them and hug on them. You know, that's fine, you know, but you don't need to be sitting on laps. You know, that's not what we do. And you have to tell them, because some kids don't understand why. Because, you know, like my daughter used to say that. Like, well, Dad, why can't I sit on your lap? Like, you're my dad. I just like, well, I mean, you're a little older now, and some people may find that inappropriate, you know, but I mean, if you want to lay across me or, you know, snuggle with me on the couch or something like that, you know, that's fine. You know, but I'm just like, but if, you know, you don't need to be sitting on my lap, you're big, you know, you're a bigger girl, you look bigger, you know, so you'd be sitting on my lap. People can look at that as like strange, especially if they don't know that I'm your dad. You know, some just walking past and just seeing this, you know, 11-year-old or 12-year-old sitting on a grown man's lap. They're going to be like, I hope that's her daddy. You know, even if so, it's like he pretty old, you know, to be having, you know, older, you know, to be having, like, why is she sitting in your lap? Like, I don't know, it's just kind of weird, you know. So I just like, I don't know. I was raised that way. So with me being raised that way, it's kind of just like instilled in me. So you can sit next to, but there's just no reason, you know, it can be inappropriate. You know, bodies get warm, you know, the body just kind of reacts sometimes, you know, so you don't want to be sitting on like your uncle lap and some weird shit happen, or your cousin lap and some weird shit happen, you know, because then I'm calling the police on everything moving. You know, like let's not get anybody in trouble, you know, so let's just sit next to them. There's no reason to sit on the lap, you know, there's just no reason for what? Like if you're sitting on the lap, tell me why. if you can't tell me a good reason to sit on my lap right now, then I don't feel like you should. Like, are you afraid of something? No. Okay, then sit next to me. And then after that, she kind of just never asked again. But she don't sit on nobody's lap. I can tell you that much. If she don't sit on her daddy's, so she don't sit on nobody else's. So I could see this definitely, especially with Kanye being black. I'm sure he's probably raised somewhat the same way as well. So this can be very antagonizing, you know, to him to see, especially because y'all know Kanye crazy about his kids. He do love his children. Kanye is a father. He loves his kids. So, and with him already not liking Pete, I'm sure that is angering, you know. It very much so is. It's very, yeah, very angering. I would be upset too. Like, why? You know, so I would be, yeah, I would be upset too. So I could see why he would be mad at this. People know that Kanye doesn't like Pete. So for Pete to be trying to engage his children, like I don't think it's a problem because Kim and her kids are a package deal. So I do think it's good that Pete is trying to get to know the kids and makes the kids matter. I think that that's good because it's necessary. Because I think with some men, like Kanye, they don't want another man doing anything with their kids. Nothing. And that's like next to impossible because the mom is going to date. And you should hope that whoever they date, whoever comes in is going to love your kids how you do. Not the same way because it's impossible. You know, the love is just different. But to put your kids' interest, make your kids matter. To care about them, to not want to see them hurt or get hurt, you know, or anything like that, you know, to be protective. You know, you should want that, you know. You should want them to have a good relationship because then when you're not around, you know that things are good, you know, between your children and them, you know. So you should want, you know, your kid, Kanye should want Kim to bring somebody around her kids that is a good thing, somebody good for them, you know. But I just don't think that Pete, I don't know. I just think he's a slime ball. I just think that, I don't know. I think what Kanye's censors going up about Pete, it's for a reason. I mean, this is somebody that was just in rehab not too long ago. I mean, who knows if he falls back to doing certain things? Is his kids going to be around it? You know, and whatnot. People relapse. You know, it's a part of addiction. You know, relapsing. It's a part of it. So, I mean, there's a lot of no's. You know, Pete has lived a really wild life. I don't know. So it's like, I don't blame Kanye. I mean, it's not like Kim wouldn't chose a square, if you will. You know, somebody that isn't addicted to substances and, you know, problems with alcohol, you know, and stuff like that. He's had issues with all of the above, alcohol, substances. He's, you know, all those things. So I think that Kanye is right for being weary of Pete, especially around his kids. So I don't think that Pete is the best decision, you know, but that's Kim. You know, I can't tell her who to choose. But I don't think Pete should have met the kids this early. Shout out to Mahogany. She says, we never sat in anyone's lap. We got behind the wheel and drove. The trainer was on the passenger side. Big dot. So that's what I was saying too. Like, I mean, because if you're going to teach her how to drive, if the cart or whatever they're driving right there, the best way to do it is to just let her sit there. Just be like really close to her, have your arms around her so you have your hands on the wheel too, you know, and stuff like that. I'm like, but to sit on your lap, you're still doing everything with your feet, you know, and all of that. So like, she ain't really learning anyway. So what the hell, you know? So but yeah, shout out to Mahogany. Yeah, you're right, absolutely. Yes, Pete is 28. He used to date Ariana Grande, Hillary Clinton. Yeah, he has quite the dating history. That Pete does. He sure does. But yeah, I think it's too early for people to be meeting people's kids. Absolutely. I'm not telling anybody what to do, but I just don't think that the kids should have met Pete already. I think that that's selfish, and I think it's selfish on Kim's behalf because nothing's set in stone. So just because you plan on being with Pete for a long time, things could change And if those things change, now this person who you've had around your children, they have a relationship with them too. So it makes it harder to walk away when your kid loves that person too, when they have a relationship with them too. It's not easy to just like, oh, well, it's over, you know, and the kids are already involved. That's why if you don't involve the children, you give yourself time and you date this person and get to know this person and see if this is somebody you truly want to be with or could be with him for a long time, then I think that you should actually take that time and get to know him first, like, and get to know this relationship and make sure that this is more permanent, you know, than temporary, because I mean, you never know. Like, you just got divorced. You're still, you know, raw with your emotion. Kanye's still raw with his emotion. So you're going to do a lot of dating around. But like Kim said, I'm a relationship girl. And how have those worked out for you? Yeah, you should probably start dating. The definition of insanity is trying the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. So you keep doing this. Yes, he had a fling with Hillary Clinton. From Kanye even dropped those receipts. So yeah, that's what the streets are saying, that he had a fling with Hillary. He got her tattooed on him for a reason, because he does have her name, I believe, tattooed on him, Hillary Clinton, or something like that. So yes, or her face or her name, something. So yeah, Hillary. That's why I said he has quite the dating history. I know y'all saying, but she's married. So is Will. Why do we all know the word entanglement? I'll wait. So is Will and Jada. Why is entanglement a thing? Wasn't that between a married couple? Doesn't matter if they're separated, they're still married. Very so much married. So I don't know if Hillary and Clinton were on a break. Hillary and Bill were on a break, you know, separated, and she decided to go to her thing with Pete, or she stepped out. I mean, allegedly Bill was getting, you know, head on the desk, you know. Why can't Hillary? I mean, big guy, anything you can do, I can do better, you know, type of situation. So because her flip. But yeah, I don't think that it was smart for Kim to introduce her children to Kanye to Pete so early. I think that she should have waited. You know, I would have waited a year or so. She has nannies, sisters, all of that. Have somebody watch your kids when he comes over. Have somebody do that. Because I feel like she introduced the kids so fast because he probably already lives with her. I mean, so you might as well meet the kids. You might as well be hanging out with the kids. I mean, you live here just like I do. So, I mean, they're always going to be here with me. I'm their mom. So, because that's the only way I could see meeting the kids so early. Because it's like, why are they even meeting him? Like, they don't need to meet him. They don't need to know him. You know, like those moms that tell their kids too much information. Like when they about to get evicted, or bills ain't paid, or barely got any money back. We the type of parents, because like our parents were, even if our parent didn't have any money, they weren't going to tell us that unless we were like literally requesting something within that moment. But if they barely had enough money to feed us, or we were about to get evicted, or, you know, something like that, they didn't tell us that. We kind of just would come home and they'd be like, yeah, we got to pack as we moving. You know, type of situation. But they weren't sitting there literally telling us as 5 and 6 year olds everything. You know, you have some parents that overshare. And I think that Kim is one of those parents. She tried to be so transparent. That's why North got such a smart mouth and why North is so evil to Kim. I don't think North is evil in general, but North walks all over Kim. She walks all over Kim. Now the other churn, the boys, you know, they better. And the youngest daughter, she's a cute little, just a sweetheart. But North got it honest. Oh, North got it honest, honey. She has a very smart mouth. Like a very smart mouth. North is bad. Like if you ask me, North is a bad kid. Like she be the type of kid you bring up your house. Like, who you talking to? Like, no, you need to chill out. You're not at home, sweetie. Yeah, you may talk to Kim like that, but you're not gonna come over here talking to me and my mama and my auntie. You Yeah, you know, you need to chill out. Actually, where's she at? Let me call her. Yeah, because she come pick you all the way up. Like, yeah, because you so close to getting a whooping. Like, you are not my child. So let me get you on up out of here. But North has a very smart mouth. The Kanye, she ships up for Kanye. North does not play with Kanye. She respects Kanye. But when it comes to her mama, oh no, she walks all over Kim. Just like Kim does Chris. How Kim call her Chris and all of that. Oh yeah, that's why I said North's got it honest. North is going to be the type to when she gets older, she's going to call Kim Kim instead of mom. Mark my words. What y'all tell you? What y'all tell you? North got it honest. She is a piece of work. She absolutely is a very spoiled, rotten piece of work. So she would be hard to break. North is not a good kid. And I think that that's one of the main reasons why Kanye does not want North on there, because he knows her personality. People won't understand it. You know, to us, we'll look at him and be like, oh, she is, ooh, y'all got y'all work cut out. But to them, they're just like, it's not as bad as it seems. But to us, it's just like, no, you need to go break a switch or get a belt and get her together, you know, real quick. And I think that's another reason why he's really protective and doesn't want her on social media like that, because I think that it will come off the wrong way. And Kanye, you know, knows that his kids are mad spoiled, ungrateful, you know, and kids are that way. Kids are. My kids is spoiled and ungrateful. I don't want to bump my board and my son them damn toys, and I stepped on one of the heads on the way to the bathroom, and I he didn't appreciate that head. But as soon as he back, he gonna want a new one or something different to go with that. You know, so the kids are very ungrateful, and we were kids. We were very ungrateful and unappreciative about a lot of stuff. And some things we were very appreciative, but some things we weren't. You know, we just kind of just like whatever. You know, especially if you had your parent that was grinding and hustling and making sure to, you know, give their kids the type of upbringing that they didn't have. Because most parents always strive to have better for their kids. Like if they didn't grow up the best or have the most, well, I'm gonna strive to make sure my kids, I never got to worry about nothing like that. You know, so, and a lot of those kids become very ungrateful because everything is being handed to them when we had to earn it. You know, so that we had to earn a lot of stuff that we got. We didn't just get handed everything. You know, Christmas and birthdays was kind of really the only time we were really handed stuff. But like other than that, we had to kind of work for it, you know, like ourselves or like get our own job, you know, and stuff like that, summer job or after school gig, you know, or something like that. Especially becoming like teenagers, you know, and stuff. So you strive to make sure like, well, I don't want my kids to have to work in high school. I want them to, you know, just worry about their education and stuff. And then after they graduate, then, you know, they start working and taking care of themselves and blah, blah, blah. So, but, you know, a lot of people, you know, are like that. So when you're rich, it's 10 times worse. It's 10 times worse when literally you can buy anything, have anything. Is literally at the snap of your finger and you get it. You're raising a very ungrateful child. That's why I love Blue Ivy, because Blue Ivy has came up in so much wealth and whatnot. And she is still just such the cutest little humblest thing. Like you can tell Beyonce and Jay-Z is doing such a good job raising their kids. Like you can tell Beyonce, because Blue Ivy is very appreciative of everything. And she works really hard. Like she really does. Like she's a dancer and, you know, all of that. She just has such a bright future, you know, ahead of her, especially being humbled, you know, like so early. Blue Ivy's not one of those super spoiled girls. Every time you see them, they have on designer this and designer that. Or, you know, she wear her cute, you know, like little stuff and whatnot. But I had to show my daughter, her and Blue Ivy wear the same, like these Converse, like stack shoes or whatever. My daughter loves those shoes, so she got a couple pair of them. And Blue Ivy wears the same shoes, like the same ones. So, you know, my daughter's like, oh my God, we're wearing the same shoe. And you would think like my daughter and Blue Ivy would never have on the same attire because Beyonce and them is in another tax bracket. You know, they got way more money than SeanDavieWay. So yeah, I wouldn't even think that they would be ever in the same clothes, you know, or anything like that, because I don't buy that type of stuff. And you can tell Beyonce and them has humbled her, because if like Kim Kardashian, them kids, they're already in Gucci and Prada and, you know, and all of that stuff. And Blue Ivy has worn certain little things like that. But like overall, she dresses just like any other average kid that is shopping like a Hot Topics or a Journeys or, you know, somewhere like that. You know, she's just like anybody else. And I love that. That means that she's humbled. She doesn't feel like every time she buys something, it has to be $5,000 shoes, a $10,000 jacket, an $8,000 pair of jeans. Like she doesn't live that way. you know? So it's kind of like she balling on a budget and she doesn't have to. So I just think that that is really lit because a lot of adult or especially celebrities don't raise their children that way. You know, like North. She's going to want the best of the. Look at her mom. Look at her aunts. Why would she not want to be in the same way? And she's already like that. She's already mentally like kind of stuck up like them, you know, and Kanye knows that. So I think that that's why he doesn't want her on social media like that, like TikTok and stuff like that. And I think it's more so protection. He's trying to protect her because you were very spoiled. A lot of people won't understand it. And social media is different, you know, from like back in the day, back in the early 2000s, mid 2000s, stuff like that. It wasn't as big of a deal like being a spoiled kid, you know, a spoiled celebrity kid. It wasn't a big deal. But now that everything is like people put a microscope over everything now because the culture is so sensitive. I think that Kanye is just trying to protect her. Like, look, I love you, but if people see how you really are, they're not gonna like you at all. Like, they gonna come for us. So because people they already have just even with the way that North talks to Kim, they just like, whoa, like is she always like this? And then you see another clip in North's kind of the same way, you know. So like you notice when Kim showed North's paintings and stuff, she showed them without North. Because if North was standing there, that would have been a whole nother conversation. A whole nother conversation. Because North will tell the truth. That's another thing. Just like Mason. Mason's the same way. They don't like all that fake stuff. They'll tell you the truth. And I think that North is the same way. And she's not shy of the camera. So that's what makes it worse. But why would she be shy of cameras if cameras are always following her mom and her aunties around, her grandmama? Why would she be shy of cameras? They'd have been around her whole life. Like that show just ended. So that means the whole time she was living, they was in a reality show. The whole time. But till like a year or so ago. Why wouldn't she be a friend to the camera? They're always around her. So why wouldn't she be? So that's going to cause her to be even more of herself. And people may not like what they see. And I think Kanye realizes that. That's all. I think that he don't want people to misunderstand his daughter and think that she's something that she kind of is, but just have it, you know, she's young, you know, she's a child. So she doesn't get it. But yeah, they will talk about her like a dog. And I think that's the reason why Beyonce does not let Blue Ivy have TikTok, you know, and stuff like that. Beyonce just got TikTok. So I believe that that's why they keep their kids under wraps and whatnot, because people can just, this culture is just so sensitive. They'll take any little thing and make it 10 times bigger than what it is. So it's better to just stay away from it. And I love that about Beyonce and them. I love that they're private. Good. We don't need to be, we're not entitled to these people's lives. Like we feel that way because we like them so much, but we're not entitled to their lives. And the Kardashians kind of force that. You know, but we may be getting a glimpse because allegedly Beyonce and Jay-Z are filming a reality show right now. I am so excited. I am so excited. So allegedly Beyonce and Jay-Z and their family are doing a reality show. I can't wait. So because I'm gonna cover every episode. I love Beyonce. I love her and I love her children. So, yes, I'm going to cover every episode of it. But yes, Beyonce and Jay-Z and their family were allegedly just filming a reality show. I don't think it's going to be, if it is a reality show, I don't think that it's going to be, we're not going to get much. So, I don't think it'll be long. I think it'll be like a couple episodes. And because they're very private people. So, we're not gonna get much. we are not gonna get much. And I know Beyonce does not play with them edits. So those edits are gonna be something fierce. So I don't think it'll be much. I think it'll be like maybe 4 to 5 30-minute episodes. Because they're very, very private. So I don't see them letting us in on much. It's not like we're gonna get to see Jay-Z and Beyonce arguing, you know, or anything like that. No. It's not gonna be like that. Is it going to be on Lord Zeus wish? Shout out to Zeus. No. On Hulu. No, honestly, I think it's going to be either be on Netflix or because they have a deal with Netflix, the Carters. So it's either going to be on Netflix or HBO because I know that they have deals with both. So I know that Beyonce and Jay-Z have deals with Netflix and they also have deals with HBO. So it'll be on one of those is what I think. Real fake reality show. Basically. But I mean, they do have an image to protect. They do. So I don't feel like you don't have to be ratchet. There's mega stars. There's no reason they have to show drama or none of that. Just them simply just inviting us in their lives, especially Beyonce's. I'm just excited to be there. Like, so it doesn't need to be any drama on. I'm gonna be interested. I love anything Beyonce does. So anytime I get to see her, hear her talk, see her with her family or anything like that, I'm there for it. So I don't care what it is. It may be boring to you, but it's gonna be everything to me. So everything to me, because I love Beyonce and she is so private. So that's what, and Jay-Z too. Like he's really private. So that's why I'm here for any little piece of their life that they'll show us because they don't give much. They absolutely don't. Like even when you interview, when they interview, and Beyonce hasn't interviewed in how long? Like the last interview she did was basically like about Black or the Lion King movie, Black is King. So that's basically the last time she interviewed. So yes, I would love to see that. I would love to see that. I love Beyonce. Janae says, I think Riri will be private too with her Bundle of Joy win. Well, I think Rihanna is pretty private. Rihanna's a pretty private person. Like she doesn't put her business out there, but she's not as private as Beyonce. And I hear that Rihanna is also filming things too, that she has something coming as well. That is going to be more of like a documentary, like about her. So I would love that. But I guess she's supposed to be like showing like her pregnancy and when she won her award and with the award that her homeland gave her, and whatnot. So, and then allegedly her and A$AP Rocky allegedly got married privately. So they supposed to be married, y'all. They supposed to be married. So I hope that she show us a little piece. If they got married, I hope she shows us a little piece of that in there. That would be amazing. So yes, but I heard that Rihanna and A$AP Rocky are married. I heard that they got privately married, y'all. Mm-hmm. No, Rihanna's having one baby and it's a girl. I think it's a girl based on her outfit that she wore and that when she first unveiled her pregnancy. I think it's a girl. I think it's, I don't think she's having twins. I think she's having a little girl. Not she married a gay man. A lot of people do. Jasmine. Now she married a gay man. I cannot. Janice, I think it's a girl too. Yeah, I think it's a girl. XX says, I think it's a girl too. Yes, I think it's a little girl. I think she's having a little girl. I'm super excited. It's going to be so beautiful. Whatever she has, boy or girl, it's going to be a beautiful baby. So I'm super excited. And I know Rihanna, I don't think she's going to show us her baby right away. Because I'm still waiting to see Cardi's little boy. I bet you he's so cute. I'm still waiting to see him. So all of the babies that we've had to wait and see have been very cute. Like we had to wait to see Culture. She was super cute. We had to wait to see Papa Bear. So cute. Papa Bear is so cute. He's like my favorite little celebrity baby. He is just the cutest thing. Anytime I see him, I just smile ear to ear. I'm just like, oh, look at him in his little chubby cheeks. And oh, he's just so cute. So yeah, Papa Bear is my favorite celebrity baby. He is so cute. But I don't know, it's just his cheeks, and he's just so cute. But and I love little chubby babies. He's so cute. He's not like fat or anything. He's just little chubby cheeks, and he was just so cute. Who's Papa Bear? That's Nicki Minaj's son. Nicki Minaj and Kenneth Petty's. That's their child. He's so cute. He's so cute. But yes, so he's my favorite. Culture's beautiful. She's a beautiful little girl. I'm waiting to see Cardi's little boy. I bet you he's so cute. I bet you he's cute because Culture is super cute. So if he looks anything like Culture, he's gonna be adorbs. So but yes, I bet you he is such a little cutie. And I think Rihanna's gonna have a beautiful baby. I cannot wait to see. I bet you she's gonna be so cute. I bet you she is. She's gonna be gorgeous. So yes, he is. He's so cute. Yes, Culture. She's so beautiful. Culture is a beautiful little girl. She absolutely is. Cardi has beautiful kids. Nicki has beautiful kids. Like everybody has beautiful kids. So yeah, like I can't stand Kim Kardashian, but all of their kids are beautiful. All of Kanye and Kim's kids are beautiful. Beautiful kids. So yeah, beautiful kids. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So Gabrielle Union, I've never seen her baby. She is gorgeous. What's her name? Start with a K. Kavia, or whatever her name is. She is so cute. She is beautiful. She is, and she got an adult personality already. She got an adult personality already. She is so cute. So, but yes, she's a beautiful little girl. Gabrielle Union and Dwayne's daughter, gorgeous, beautiful little girl. She's so cute. Yes, that Kavia, how you say that? She's so cute. Yes. So yeah, so I have to get out of here, y'all. We've been here for 2 hours and 30 minutes. Y'all is welcome. We will come live again very soon and do another Hot Topics, but tomorrow we'll be dropping a Surviving. Do you guys want a station head? Should I go station head? I don't have any topics ready. If we did go on station head, I could put something together real quick, but yes, so we can go on station here for a little bit, but I missed you guys so much on YouTube. So we will definitely be back over here live. We will start going live again. If you notice, I've toned my lives down a little bit. You know, my lives used to be like way more crazier and way more live or way more profanity, you know, and stuff like that. But, you know, I'm trying to change some things up. So if you notice like, oh, his energy is different. No, it's not different. I'm just editing myself and trying that for a while and see how that goes. Because I'm always raw and uncut on Station Head and like Patreon and stuff like that. So make sure you guys follow me over there. But yeah, we're trying something new with Hot Topics and stuff, trying to keep it more friendly for everybody to watch and just some people instead of just some people, you know. So yeah, just trying to dial it back a little bit, but in a good way, still have fun and enjoy ourselves. So but yeah, I love you guys. And I will be going on Station Head probably. I don't know. But we will see. I'll post in Patreon. If y'all want me to go live, we'll see. We'll see on Patreon on Station Head. But I love y'all. Until the next show, I love you guys so much. Bye.